government bases near Hama. It was reportedly planned and led by Tahrir al-Sham, formerly known as al-Nusra. Fierce fighting is continuing and airstrikes by Russian or Syrian government warplanes have targeted the rebel forces. The offensive comes just days after Russia announced a renewed effort to maintain a border ceasefire in northern Syria, and it highlights the difficulties Moscow and Damascus face in consolidating their territorial gains. Just last week, the pair, together with Iran, claimed victory in the war, which they said was nearing the end.
World News from the BBC. New research by the independent British think tank Policy Exchange says the amount of material being published online by extremist groups, including the so-called Islamic State, shows no signs of reduction. It calls for additional pressure to be put on technology companies to encourage them to take more responsibility as the publishers of this material. One of the report's authors, Dr. Martin Frampton, says a new approach to combating extremist content is needed.
We have to try and diminish the supply of this extremist content, and it's clear that to date we haven't done that. I think we also need to tackle the demand for it. Are there things that can be done to raise the cost of possessing or constantly viewing this kind of material? And we have to kind of ask ourselves some quite difficult questions about the balance between liberty and privacy, and what do we think is the role for government in terms of policing the online space.
Reports from the United States say President Trump's former campaign chairman was wiretapped because of concerns about his links with Moscow. Paul Manafort is suspected of communicating with Russian operatives who sought to influence last year's election in favor of Mr. Trump. President Trump is expected to call for more international pressure on North Korea over its nuclear weapons program when he addresses the UN General Assembly. The White House says the address will focus on what it called rogue regimes that threaten world peace. The retailer Toys R Us has filed for bankruptcy protection in the United States and Canada as the firm tries to restructure major debts. The company, which has 1,600 stores in more than 30 countries, is blaming a rise in online shopping for its problems. It has debts of more than $5.5 billion and has secured more than $3 billion in loans from a syndicate of lenders. The loan deal comes ahead of the vital Christmas season, which accounts for about 40% of the company's yearly sales. Toys R Us said its stores would remain open as usual. Those are the latest stories from BBC News.
You're listening to World Update live from the BBC in London with me, Rebecca Kesby. Now, the people of the Eastern Caribbean are suffering the effects of another powerful hurricane. What had been a tropical storm, Maria, quickly strengthened to a potentially catastrophic Category 5 hurricane before hitting the island of Dominica, with winds of up to 260 kilometres an hour and torrential rains. The region has already been battered by the storms around Hurricane earlier this month. The hurricane is also beginning to hit other Caribbean islands, including St Kitts and Nevis. Just before we came on air, we managed to get through to its Foreign Minister, Mark Brantley.
Rebecca, we're experiencing very, very hard rainfall, torrential rainfall. I'm at home. The rain is striking the rooftops in a staccato way. We have I can't describe it. It is inky dark outside. Of course, it is now just creeping up on 5 a.m. here, but no hint of daylight. It is really pitch black outside, and the winds are howling. St. Kitts and Nevis was never intended on the path that we last saw to get the full brunt of the storm, and so it appears that these are now the leading winds. We expect to see most of this into today, Tuesday.
We can hear actually the rain and the wind lashing the windows behind you, sir. I mean, it sounds like a terrifying prospect to try and sit out this storm. No doubt you've tried to prepare the country to be ready for this, but you must be worried about what awaits St Kitts and Nevis today.
We're quite worried. As you know, just over 10 days ago so we had Hurricane Irma, which passed through the region, creating untold havoc, costing lives and billions of dollars in property. St. Kitts and Nevis was damaged but spared the worst when compared to our neighbors. This new storm, the second Category 5 storm in less than 2 weeks, really is difficult to conceive. Just as our people were beginning to breathe a sigh, here we have this massive storm forming and still a very active Atlantic season. So we have tried to prepare, as you've indicated. I myself was out today in the constituency. The government deployed its resources to clear drains and water courses. We helped the indigent and those who are less able, the elderly.
And lay you down on a bed of roses.
Bed of Roses, Bed of Roses, Bed of Roses. Voices of Esther brings you Bed of Roses this and every Saturday at 9:30 p.m. Join our panel of experts to discuss issues within your relationships. Hosted by Doreen, you will be motivated and equipped to handle issues within your relationships. Remember, it is Saturday at 9:30 p.m. GMT. Don't miss it.
I'll lay you down, on a bed of roses. Bless the Lord, oh my soul.
What's the hidden truth or mysteries behind the supernatural? Do angels really exist today? Is healings and miracles real? Can I hear the voice of God? What's their inspirations and challenges in ministry? Can my eyes be open to see beyond the natural? Can I operate in the gifts of the Holy Spirit? Can my dreams contain messages from God? My Journey is your one-stop destination to the supernatural on Starr Radio UK. Join your host, Captain Tete, this and every Saturday from 4 p.m. on My Journey, your one-stop destination to the supernatural.
And whatever lies before me. I was in a tunnel and couldn't see the light.
Oh, nah, not again, not again. I've been duped.
Hello, Kweku. How long will you continue to fall for these unscrupulous landowners? This is the second time, huh? Do you want a hassle-free, litigation-free life when it comes to owning a property in Ghana? Look no further. Royal Valley Estates, RVE, is your answer. RVE is located at Bawaleshi near Valley View University on the Adenta to Dodowa Highway, Accra, Ghana. RVE is a gated community with 24-hour security. 300 houses will be constructed at RVE, comprising of 3-bedroom, semi-detached and 3-bedroom detached houses. The plot sizes at RVE are generous. Mortgages and flexible payment options available to qualified applicants. Rush now and own a house in Ghana. For more information, contact Pastor Joe Kissinger Anochi on 0790 479 3019. You can also contact Reverend Francis Nunu on 0744 049 4271 and also on 0744 8054930. You can also email him at fs.nunu@gmail.com. You can also visit us at www.royalvalleyestates.gh.com. RVE, a place you can call home.
I can feel heaven over me.
Revival City Church presents Rededicate 2017 with Reverend Dr. Nunu and Reverend Mrs. Nunu. This year, God's servant, the prophet Gideon Danso, all the way from Ghana, Empowerment Worship Center. Last year was full of testimonies, and you wouldn't want to miss this year's edition. God is about to rededicate all that concerns you. Save the dates. Wednesday 20th to Sunday 24th September 2017. All happening at the Revival City Church, Unit 16, 1 to 11 Willow Lane, Mitcham, CR4 4NA. Seasonal word, the prophetic and pure worship with God's trumpet, Nathaniel Bassi from Nigeria. Also on the worship bill, City Praise, Minister Angela and Colina Archipia. Wednesday 20th through to Sunday 24th September 2017. Time, Wednesday and Thursday, 6:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Friday, 6:30 p.m. to 12 midnight. Worship night with Nathaniel Bassi on Saturday, 6:30 p.m. Then we crown it all on Sunday, 2 p.m. to 5 5 p.m. Contact 077-54-382-831. Rededicate 2017. Come and experience God on a whole new level.
Hallelujah. I believe in the risen one. I believe I overcome.
My Journey, your one-stop destination to the supernatural on Starr Radio UK. What's the hidden truth or mysteries behind the supernatural? Do angels exist? Is healing and miracles for today? Can I hear the voice of God? What's the secret to their success in ministry or calling? Can my eyes be open to see beyond the natural? Can I operate in the gifts of the Holy Spirit? My Journey is your one-stop destination to the supernatural on Starr Radio UK. Join your host, Captain Tete, at 4 p.m. on My Journey, your one-stop destination to the supernatural.
I was covered in sin and shame.
Hello listeners, my name is Ira Lucy. I invite you to join me on the Starr Personality Profile Show this and every Tuesday at 6 p.m. on Starr Radio UK, where I will be talking to experts in their different fields to find out why they do what they do and what makes them exceptional in their various careers. This show is Starr Personality Profile on Starr Radio UK. Remember, the time is 6 p.m. every Tuesday. Download the app from your app store or join me live on all our social media platforms.
The IWFT team presents Footprints on Starr Radio UK with your host Oscar Bimpong every Thursday at 7 p.m. Starr Radio UK, your finest Afro-Caribbean station in London.
Listen to Aunties Mary, Lottie and Regina on the Family Enrichment Programme on Starr Radio UK this and every Saturday from 6 to 8 p.m.
Some people are wicked because don't make it your business going about revealing
people's secrets. Don't be a busybody.
And some people. Today's typical family is under pressure from various directions. Divorce is on the increase. More and more of the Afro-Caribbean youth are taking to crime, etc. The Family Enrichment Program brings together a team of qualified experts to discuss and shed light on how we can make our families better and stronger. It is said the family can do without the society, but the society can't. Listen to the Family Enrichment Program this and every Saturday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Starr Radio UK, your favourite Afro-Caribbean radio station in London.
Download our app in iTunes and the Google Play Store.
Bed of Roses, Bed of Roses, Bed of Roses. My name is Doreen Carter. I invite you to join me on Starr Radio UK this and every Saturday at 9:30 p.m. in discussing what goes on behind the curtains with my panel of experts. Remember, the time is 9:30 p.m. this and every Saturday. Bed of Roses is brought to you by the kind courtesy of Voices of Esther.
Online, on mobile, and soon on DAB. This is Starr Radio UK.
Hello there, this is CJ Buck, and whenever I'm in London, my God, I only listen to Starr Radio UK. And you know what? I take it with me wherever I go. When I'm in Africa, when I'm in America, wherever I go, I listen to Starr Radio UK. You know why? Because you can download the app right now for free. Get on the web and download it now and listen to Starr Radio, your finest Afro-Caribbean station in London.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car,
at work,
at home,
on your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Since me feeling like a child, so free and wide. She's like no other, my only lover. Girl, a shining star, that's what you are.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Yes, hello, good morning and welcome to Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Today is the 19th day of September 2017. The time now is 10:22. And it is a Tuesday edition of the morning show. So once again, I want to say welcome to all of you.
Girl, that's how sweet you are. Ain't nobody in the whole world like you. Listen, everybody wants to get to know my...
To those of you watching us live on Facebook and YouTube channels, we want to salute you all. We want to say welcome to the program. And to my colleague and co-presenter, Mr. Frank Davis, that you can see on your screens at the moment. Frank, good morning.
Wow, she's like no
Morning, super morning to all our listeners. Whatever you might be, we say good morning. Somebody will say morning. Yeah, morning. Yes, so you know what you can do for us on the Facebook page. What you can do is to make sure that you just send share our page with your friends and loved ones. Share our page with your friends and loved ones. And there's those of you on the YouTube channel as well. You know what you can do for us? Share the link, share the link, share the link. But on Facebook, invite your friends to like our page, okay? I told you how many likes I want. Now I've increased it because you're doing very well. But we want more likes, yeah? Invite your friends to like our pages for us. So as usual, we'll be bringing you all the news from across the globe, starting from home here in the UK. But let me say good morning to my executive producer himself, Malik, wherever you are. Good morning to you. And to my producer, Sarah Moba, good morning. Hey, to Grace, good morning to you. Good morning to my brother Kwame Bretuba Mema watching. I hear back with you, Mr. Champion Point Tilly, Yamamunacho. To the apostle himself, brother HB, good morning. To Pastor Nana, all the way in Abbeywood, we say good morning to you. Listen. To my brother Kweku, I hope you are doing very well. Something in her makes you want to stop. And to all presented on Star Radio UK, Captain Felix Tete, good morning. Mr. Michael Esiama, Doreen Dakata, good morning to you all, guys. To Regina Aban, on point. Yes, good morning to you. And to Lady D, I salute you all, guys. Good morning also goes to Reverend Dr. Francis Okonuno and Mama Eugenia Nuno, all of Revival City Chapel. They are inviting you to their special program. A special program. We'll be talking about that during the course of the program. And then let me say good morning to Pastor Samuel Lamte and your Mrs. She's also known as Frances. I think she's also known as Frances. Lady Frances, yes. We say good morning to you. But we'll be having a look at the weather forecast, the travel update, and the quote for the day. And of course, I'll be bringing you some lovely music along the line. But let me say good morning to Mr. Kofi Ali. Kofi, I hope you are doing very well. Mr. David Kluche, Mr. David Nkegbe Agonera, we say good morning to you. By way of the quote for the day, it says, what a solid foundation of integrity. Sorry. I think I need some more coffee, Frank. Oh, I need to put on my glasses, of course. It says, without a solid foundation of integrity, any success will ultimately scramble or crumble. You see? I told you I need a I was trying to fly solo without glasses, but hey, I have to come back to my basics. So I take it again. Without a solid foundation of integrity, any success will ultimately crumble. As we say in the Christian parlance, where we say, if you build on the sand, when the storm comes, it will definitely come crumbling. But if you build on a solid rock, your structure or your house will stand the test of time. And that is by way of the quote for the day. Ain't nobody in the whole world. And I want you to ponder over it and make sure that you live accordingly. Okay, by the way of the weather forecast today, any early fog patches will quickly clear to leave a fine and dry day with sunny spells and light winds. It will feel a little warmer than of late. Maximum temperature 18 degrees. And tonight it will remain mostly dry with some clear spells overnight. This will allow it to become chilly in places, perhaps with some mist of fog patches forming. Minimum temperature 7 degrees. Okay, so that is by way of the weather forecast for you wherever you are. This is Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. But this program is being sponsored by Lam and Mirabrecht solicitors when it comes to any legal issue. From family, immigration, employment, serious crime, name it. They are there to represent you. Lamb and Mirabeks, they say, we get results. So make sure you get in touch with them and they will see to address all your issues for you. They are situated at 96 Park Lane, Croydon. The postcode is CR01JB. 96 Park Lane, Croydon, postcode CR01JB. To contact them, the number is 0208-253-0099. 0208-253-0099.
Listen.
They are the sponsors of the program. RVE, Royal Valley Estates. If you're looking for litigation-free, hassle-free property when it comes to Ghana, look no further. RVE is a place to be. They are offering detached and semi-detached properties at affordable prices in a gated community at Bombawaleshi.
A shining star.
So you make sure that you get in touch with them and they will see to help you to acquire any of the properties that you want. We'll take a quick commercial break from that, and once we come back, we continue with the show. You stay tuned. This is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
I was in a tunnel and couldn't see the light.
Oh, nah, not again, not again. I've been duped.
Hello, Kweku. How long will you continue to fall for these unscrupulous landowners? This is the second time, huh? Do you want a hassle-free, litigation-free life when it comes to owning a property in Ghana? Look no further. Royal Valley Estates, RVE, is your answer. RVE is located at Bawaleshi near Valley View University on the Adenta to Dodowa Highway, Accra, Ghana. RVE is a gated community with 24-hour security. 300 houses will be constructed at RVE, comprising of 3-bedroom, semi-detached and 3-bedroom detached houses. The plot sizes at RVE are generous. Mortgages and flexible payment options available to qualified applicants. Rush now and own a house in Ghana. For more information, contact Pastor Joe Kissinger Anochi on 0790-479-3019. You can also contact Reverend Francis Nunu on 0744-049-4271 and also on 0744-8054-930. You can also email him at fs.nunu@gmail.com. You can also visit us at www.royalvalleyestates.gh.com. RVE, a place you can call home.
Feel heaven and it's over me.
Revival City Church presents Rededicate 2017 with Reverend Dr. Nunu and Reverend Mrs. Nunu. This year, God's servant, the prophet Gideon Danso, all the way from Ghana, Empowerment Worship Center. Last year was full of testimonies, and you wouldn't want to miss this year's edition. God is about to rededicate all that concerns you. Save the dates. Wednesday 20th to Sunday 24th September 2017. All happening at the Revival City Church, Unit 16, 1 to 11 Willow Lane, Mitcham, CR4 4NA. Seasonal word, the prophetic and pure worship with God's trumpet, Nathaniel Bassi from Nigeria. Also on the worship bill, City Praise, Minister Angela and Colina Archipia. Wednesday 20th through to Sunday 24th September 2017. Time, Wednesday and Thursday, 6:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Friday, 6:30 p.m. to 12 midnight. Worship night with Nathaniel Bassi on Saturday, 6:30 p.m. Then we crown it all on Sunday, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Contact 077-54-382-831. Rededicate 2017. Come and experience God on a whole new level.
Hallelujah. I believe in the risen one. I believe I overcome.
My
My Journey, your one-stop destination to the supernatural on Star Radio UK. What's the hidden truth or mysteries behind the supernatural? Do angels exist? Is healing and miracles for today? Can I hear the voice of God? What's the secret to their success in ministry or calling? Can my eyes be open to see beyond the natural? Can I operate in the gifts of the Holy Spirit? My Journey is your one-stop destination to the supernatural on Star Radio UK. Join your host, Captain Tete, at 4 p.m. on My Journey, your one-stop destination to the supernatural.
I was covered in sin and shame.
Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And the time now is 10:33 from the hearts of London. And we want to welcome you all to the program this morning. Like I said earlier on, you can share, or please, let me say, please share our page with your friends and loved ones and invite them to like it as well. And those of you watching us live on our YouTube channel, you can share the link there as well. But the best way to listen to us is by downloading our apps. And I want to assure you, I have few people saying that, oh, they've not when they try to download our app, they say they should pay for it, and I say no, that you maybe you typed in something wrong. Our Starr is STARR Radio UK, and once you go there, it is for free. Frank,
what the other thing that happens, some apps it has nothing to do with the app itself, but it has to do with the platform.
Okay.
Now,
okay.
When you try downloading it, what it does, it brings a credit card interface.
Ah.
To most apps.
Ah.
Or they will, most apps because they sell, and the platform, like if it is Google Play, they sell a lot of products. If it is iOS, they sell a lot of products. So they always want you to keep your credit card records on that. But what you do, there's a skip.
Yeah, so you skip it.
You just skip. It has nothing to do with the app that is being downloaded.
Okay.
But it has all to do with the companies, the platform, the backbone of all the apps, the Android platform, which is Google Play. Yeah. And then what do you call it? The iOS platform, which is iTunes. Yeah. So they always want to keep your credit card.
Oh, details. Oh, okay.
That's what.
Okay.
So it is not about the app charging, but it is.
The platform that is trying to get.
So all you need to do is skip. Anyway, if someone is listening, they should try downloading. If they find any information,
they should let us know.
They should let us know.
Yeah.
To the best of our knowledge, you have to skip it.
Okay. So skip.
Yeah, so someone should download it now and call us to tell us how the experience. I mean, we want to know the experience.
Yeah. Skip without a skipping rope. Yeah. This time around, just use your mouse or your finger just to skip it. All right. Okay. So we want to welcome you all once again to the greatest program. But like we'll bring you the first music that we want to dedicate God and say, God, thank you very much for giving us life, and you listening to us, watching us live as well. That God has granted you life. But let me acknowledge a very wonderful listener who are just coming. The moment we just logged on, the person was just there and just listening to us. And your name is Judith Musakatiza Melomakulu. Okay, Judith Musakatiza Melomakulu. Wherever you are, we say good morning to you and thanks for your support. She says she likes us.
I love that name.
Yes, I think I need to add one to my name.
I think she should be from either Southern Africa.
Yeah.
Judy, tell us where you are from exactly. You'll be able to do that. We appreciate that. So Dada Kweku, Dada Kweku, I'll say good morning to you, Pastor Emmanuel Chide. Good morning to Benes Kinfo. Good morning to you, and to the thousands of you listening to us. We say thank you very much. Wow, over 2,000 people this morning already
listening to us
on Facebook. That's great. So we say good morning to you and we welcome you once again to Starr. But Judith, wherever you are, we want to know exactly where you are.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Yeah, and then to a lovely lady who yesterday was prompting me. She said, your sound was no, I want to listen to you. I couldn't get your sound. Doreen, her name is Doreen. I've forgotten the surname, but Doreen, wherever you are this morning, I said good morning to you. And thanks for your support as well. We love it when people, we know that, yes, people are listening to us because they say, look, check that one out and stuff like that. We appreciate that greatly.
Like we said, this station is for the community. We are here as your humble servants. We'll come and do ours, and we will go. Others will come and do what they're gonna do.
That's right.
But all we're doing is to try and create a platform where Afro-Caribbeans can have a voice. A station one day you can call your own. So wherever you are listening to, I know this is your station. This is the people's station. It has nothing to do with the presenter that can be.
No.
It is for the African and the Caribbean community. And we thank
Star Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
Okay, so let's take the song from Joe Metal. It says Bononi, and it means it is you. It is you. It's a mixture of English and Ga there. So, you know, we are an African and Caribbean radio station. So we bring a mixture of everything. All right, I'll make sure I bring you some Swahili song during the course of the program there. But you stay tuned and don't touch the dial. Enjoy.
Hallelujah. Celebrate Jesus with me tonight. Hallelujah. All right, so this song is my testimony. Amen. Can I share it with you tonight? All right, let's go.
I am who I am because of you. If it had not been for you, tell me where would I be? I was lost and sinking deep in sin, but you reached out your hand and rescued me. No one else can do the things you do. There's no one else but you. I am who I am because of you. If it had not been for you, tell me where would I be? I was lost and sinking deep in sin, but you reached out your hand and rescued me. No one else can do the things you do. Oh God, there's no one else but you. So I say this. Oh no, no one else but you. Oh no, no one else but you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Luigi McLean. Never thought that you could love someone like me. You gave up your life for me, yeah. You even go on and call me your very own. So grateful for your love, your mercy and grace. No one can do the things you do for me, yeah. No one else but you. Never thought that you could love someone like me. Gave up your life for me, yeah. You even go on and call me your very own. So grateful for your love, your mercy and grace. No one can do the things you do for me. Oh, oh, no one else but you. Say, trouble, no, one else but you.
is none like unto our God. And He is the one who has granted us life and this opportunity to be able to live life to the fullest. And we are here this morning to present the program or to serve you, as we say all the time. So you know what? Our numbers are 0208-133-2257 or 0208-133-2258. If you're in US or Canada, it's 001-718-303-2737. And then those of you who want to text or WhatsApp us, it is 075-3966-1744, 075-3966-1744. We prefer you calling us on the 0208-133-2257 or 58, not on the WhatsApp number. However, if you are, that's where you want to call. I mean, that is the only means that you can still communicate with us. I mean, don't feel overburdened. Just go on, just do it, and we'll do our best to pick up your call from there. If you want to tweet us, our Twitter handle is @StarRadioUK, and our email address is info@starradiouk.com. Let me say good morning to Mr. Raphael, the power, wherever you are. And in the past, I know they all went to the Canada for a wedding, and I hope that you enjoy the wedding there and your visit there as well. And let me say good morning to Comfort Havit in Minnesota, US of A. Comfort, thank you very much for your support all the time, listening to us. But Comfort, it would be lovely if you call us one of these days, you know. She tells me, I don't want you to hear my voice.
Actually, I have a question. Talking about wedding. If you are invited to a wedding and you arrive, a family member of yours, you arrive at the wedding, only to find out that if it's your cousin, let's call it, if it's a man, right?
Okay.
You are invited to witness a family member's wedding, and the person happens to be a guy. You go there, and the wedding, you ask, you want to see the bride or whether the groom, you know, I say the groom or the bride.
Right,
don't forget,
yeah.
Men can become brides.
Right,
well. And you happen to find out that it's a gay wedding. What will you do? And if your family member is a woman, and you happen to get there, and they introduce a partner to you, and say, "Where's the partner?"
Let's go one.
Another female. What will you do? Will you attend the wedding or will you run?
Okay, that's a question. That's a question. Now, if you happen to just travel to anywhere, or somebody invites you to a wedding, and then you don't know, you think, oh, this is Frank. Frank has invited me to my wedding, so it's obvious that Frank is marrying a lady, as we all.
We assume.
Yeah, we assume, and then you go, and then Frank is not. Maybe Frank has changed his status, and I want to marry another man.
So calling myself a groom. I'm the bride. What will you do?
What will you do? What will you do? That's the question that we're asking this morning. You can put your comments on Facebook, because there's been an issue where we've had people reacting. Maybe they went over the top. Maybe what they did was good, but we wanted to share your take.
What will you do if you were the one?
If you were the man, you were the one.
Attend the wedding? Will you boycott it? Will you be angry? What will you do? This is a family member invited you to wedding. A woman, instead of finding a man by her side, you are told that she's going to marry a woman. Instead of finding a woman by the man's side, you are another trouser. I mean, straight legs.
2 skirts.
What will be your reaction and what will you do? Let's hear from you.
Okay.
That's the question on board.
Yes. So keep on. I mean, you can tweet, you can post it on our Facebook page, wherever. We want to have your reaction to that. What will you do if you find yourself? Because somebody is finding themselves in such a situation and they don't actually know what to do, and we want to help them out.
Whether they offended the family by their actions or they really offend the family. So I told the person, we'll put it on and we'll hear your views.
Yeah.
What will you do?
Yeah. So that if he went over the top, maybe he will go and apologize. If not, let's have your take on that. Now let's go to some of the news making the rounds in the world today. But starting from home here, and we'll be having a look at a few of the issues here. As you know, over the weekend we had Boris Johnson, the foreign secretary, putting in an article talking about the 350 million pounds per week that he reckons leaving the EU could rake into the country, that we could put it back into the NHS. And then we had the government statistician, the chief statistician, coming out to say, no, don't say those things, because those were all some false information that were perpetrated during the campaign for the referendum last year? Last year. Now I'm thinking it's Yeah, last year, okay? And he's saying that they shouldn't do that. And Boris Johnson came back to him saying, no. What you are saying, you're not getting me right. People are misconstruing what I did say. But what he was saying was that when we leave the EU, we'll be making 350 million a week, and that will be either channeled to the NHS or wherever. And that is his vision for leaving the EU or Brexiting. Now, we know Theresa May is supposed to go and deliver a speech in Italy for Florence. Is it Valencia or Florence? During, I think, sometime this week or next week. And ahead of that, we had Boris Johnson making such a statement. And now the Home Secretary Amber Rudd came out to say that now Boris Johnson is like another driver at the back. So what Theresa May is trying to drive the vehicle or the bus veering a particular course. Then we have Boris also trying to just drive. Have you seen the tram? You see the tram? It's got two carriages. It's got two driving spots, one in the front, one in the rear.
But even the tram, you can't control it from the back. This one, you see those like bicycles where two
people are right.
One person paddling and the other.
Yeah.
If you try to paddle, he
paddles backwards.
I think Boris. Boris was someone who actually campaigned for the Brexit. And if you look at the arguments as being presented now, you realize that what they campaigned for, the momentum is going down.
Yeah.
The support for the Brexit is actually weighing, and a lot of people are either regretting for. So they need to, inject some momentum within the social, among the people over there. And that is what I think Boris was trying to do. But again, it's a warning sign to say, listen, we voted for Brexit. If you remainers who are the helm of affairs, being Theresa May, Hammond, are not allowing Davis and we the Brexiters to do what we campaigned for, there could be a leadership challenge. And that's exactly what, this is what we want for the public, and this is what we went for, the campaign for, and this is the mandate they give us. So it is up to you, the person over there, to make sure you deliver on that hard Brexit. That's a coded message that, in my view,
he's trying to put across.
That I am standing here watching exactly what you are doing. Don't forget, he's a cabinet member. So for him to come out, it means that there's enough disagreement in the cabinet already to give him ground for him to come and appeal to the public that this is what we are saying, this is what has been the case, and then keep eye on whatever they are delivering. That's exactly what he's doing.
And in an interesting twist to that story, we had the government coming to support Boris Johnson again. That they shouldn't bash Boris. That what he's saying is true. But the thing is, if you want to, reinstate the momentum in your what you did there, do you have to still perpetrate those same lies? That false information, because they were saying that it is not true that we'll have 350.
How many people will know it's not true?
Okay.
How many people will know it's not true? If Donald Trump goes to Florida, go to Texas and tell his people the war is starting tomorrow.
Yeah.
When cabinet has not,
I've not approved it.
They will believe it. So at the end of the day, he was speaking to his core people who still believe that Brexit should be Brexit. In one way, they know the argument is not favoring them.
Yeah.
It's not favoring them. It's going to be a hard fight.
Yeah.
And Brexit, because Labour has also signed on to Brexit, which is to respect the will of the people, the foundation of democracy, which I do agree with. It's going to be very difficult to say no Brexit. The only thing is that the terms will be varied.
Yeah.
And that is what they call it. These guys are calling for. If you still belong to some of those organizations, it means that you continue to pay into them. All right. You continue.
Yeah, you have to pay into them. Yeah.
Therefore, the money that you are promising is not going to be coming. So you're not going to store. And it's not that Brexit. What they call the EU is giving you money. It's simply because the bills that you pay, you stop paying those bills. As to whether that money will be channeled to NHS, another argument, because it comes to the treasury.
Yeah, they will have other things to do with it.
And the statistician was also right to say that this is an abuse and misuse of what they call it, figures.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Listeners, this is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, and this is the morning show, the Tuesday edition. I'm here with my colleague and co-presenter, Mr. Frank Davids. Okay, so we'll be having a look at some other stories, but now after this 350 million conversation that this man, Boris, have brought about again, this is going to be the first time that after that statement that Boris and Theresa May are going to meet, and they are meeting in the UN, New York, to be specific, and we don't know the reaction, whether they will just try to, to be
honest, I don't think they're going to show any sign of division over there, because that will actually not be right.
Okay.
Don't forget, Theresa May still have the power to fire Boris.
Yeah.
But again, firing Boris will mean that another struggle within the Conservatives again, but some people would like him to be fired, because that also strengthens their position. Don't forget, Theresa May can be pushed at any time. Now, who will be in a comfortable lead? NDC people have, please forgive me for borrowing that word, who will be in a comfortable lead to step in? Davis, Philip Hammond, who will continue the remain Brexit agenda, or who? So it is what you're looking at, basically a fight for who will succeed Theresa May. You know.
But some people were saying that Boris Johnson's take now, I mean, if he was doing that for his bid to be the next prime minister, he's or leader of the Conservatives, eventually he's kicked the bucket.
No, I don't think so. Contrary, I do believe he's strengthening his position. Do not forget that we went on Brexit because the backbencher, there's some hardliners within the Conservatives who were pushing for a referendum and Brexiting. They were actually calling for a move to exit, and that's why David Cameron offered the referendum. So those people now seem being marginal. I mean, the majority of the Conservatives went for Brexit. So if that is the case, it means that he's appealing to that constituency within the Conservatives. Even if there's a leadership challenge today, the question is, if the majority of Conservatives are Brexiters, it means that they might want to bring a Brexiter to head. Again, it means that he's actually pushing them out to start agitating for Theresa May to leave, which means that should Theresa May leave, we'll have a Brexiter at the helm of us, at the helm of affairs, trying to negotiate the way the Brexiters want. So that is the angle I look at it from. That he's rather strengthening his position within the Brexiters group within the Conservatives. That's a strategic card that he's played.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. This is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. 3 minutes to 11, and it is the morning show. This program is being sponsored by Lam and Mirabel Solicitors. If you're looking for representation when it comes to any legal issue, name it. Lam and Mirabels are there for you. Name it, from immigration to family to employment to serious crime. They are there to represent you. They say we get results. So get in touch with them and they will see to address your issues. And the other sponsor, the RVE Royal Valley Estates. If you're looking for litigation-free, hassle-free property when it comes to Ghana, look no further. RVE, they are providing discharge and semi-detached properties at affordable prices at Bomba Walasia Gated Community near the Kwapim Ridge. And I can bet you it is a serene area because you get a nice breeze from the mountains. So get in touch with them and they will see to address the issue for you. Now, still in some of the news that is making the rounds in the UK today. Now, last Friday we witnessed a failed bomb attack or tube attack, whichever we want to call it. But now some statistics coming in shows that online jihadist propaganda has attracts more clicks in the UK than any other country in Europe. And people are, trying to find out why.
Homegrown.
Yeah, so they've not been anywhere. They are still here. And when they are some propaganda, we have more UK or British people clicking. Is it curiosity or what?
Actually, it could be one. That could be one. If you continue to talk about an issue, people would like to research and find out. If you call them Daesh, if you call them Brazil, whatever you call them, a lot of people would like to know exactly who they are. So that could contribute to that.
So not necessarily trying to find,
for instance, if I go on internet now and find out who are what they call it, IS, I would like to research a lot about that. That mean, but the angle that they're talking about, which is the hardline messages, someone would like to again know what are they putting out there that I mean is actually radicalizing people. So it could lead to it could be people trying to be curious and other thing. But what I do not agree with now is how Google and others have actually allowed some of this information
to be put on their platform.
To be put on their platform, because they have the technological ability to be able to stop them.
Yeah.
Although I'm not saying they can police 100% of what is happening. Now, the other thing we're gonna look at is if Britain continue to accuse other countries, they should know that they are also nurturing a lot of homegrown terrorists.
Yeah.
Are you getting me? Because for a long time we've never had a situation where someone has actually been brought up in another country
and was come
here and bomb. Almost everyone that we've had for a long time in this country has been a homegrown terrorist. So the question is, what is the media? What is the BBC? How are they doing? How are they portraying the whole issue? I think they need to review the whole range of their communication. I told I had opportunity to be someone who has lived, an Egyptian who has lived in Russia all his life.
Right,
when he came to spend some time with me, he couldn't please they shouldn't go and say I'm working with Putin. I beg. He wasn't a KGB. He wasn't a KGB. And he couldn't stand BBC. He watched it a few times and said, Frank, I can't stand this news, because everything that was the exact time that you recall when NatWest closed the RT account. That was around the same time, and the discussion about Russia and everything. He said he couldn't stand it, because whatever information they are giving to us over here, he said, from where he sits as someone who has lived throughout his life in Russia, it is 50% untrue.
Wow.
Are you getting? So he will not watch BBC at all. So if we're gonna refine, we're gonna know the kind of information we're giving out to people out there and what we're telling them. Is it helping to, calm down or bring down the tendency of people trying to be radicalized, or what are we doing? I think it's a whole range now. But don't forget, terrorism is an industry itself. The number of people who have been employed or are gainfully employed in that industry now is a multi-billion industry. So again, you might have to look at the business side of everything and every decision that we look at, because if there's no terrorism, there will not be more anti-terror police. There will not be more civilians that are employed as spies. There are a lot of civilians that are employed. So it's a whole billion industry. So again, you're gonna look at it.
That's quite interesting.
Yeah, it's a business, so you also have to look at it.
But you know what is happening now? Now, at times, because of these programs, we need to do research before we come on. But at times, I feel a bit reluctant to go do some research when it comes to terrorism, because you go click something and then they'll be tracking you and see whether you are a radical or
you can justify that one. You justify. What they do is, once they pick you, they then begin to monitor you, and they monitor you for a period of time before what you are up to, your movement. It's costing the nation, because for each terrorist, that a suspect terrorist, there are about 2, 3, 4 officers that are supposed to be monitoring the person. Can you imagine the budget for that? It's a huge spending that is going on there. So they're not just going to look at one thing that we do, but it's going to be an overtime, a periodic, that what does he do, what does Frank do, where does he go, who does he call, how many people does he associate with, and all those kind of things. If you drive, they pick your car number and track you down and out, and that's it,
that. Wow, it's quite interesting. But I look at it this way, that this, Trump sent, tweeted when the incident happened last Friday, and we had the British press or the government criticizing what Trump said at the time, because he was saying, that the police will say that they knew the person, which has been most cases that has been, this person did that, it was in the police radar, they were watching, so that is what he said. Okay, now the police had not said anything, but monitoring one of the news programs, I think on ITV or something, they said one of the gentlemen who was interviewed, who lived around the place, said about a fortnight ago the police came to that area. So that means the guy was under the police radar, like Trump was saying. And I'm asking the question here now, with the reoccurrence of such incidents. Now, if you think that somebody, you want the person 1, 2, 3, the fact that the person has not acted, and you think that the person is a potential threat, why don't we put them away?
Now, actually, that is a very, very, difficult thing to do. I've thought about it several times, but don't forget the rule of law works. You cannot just put someone away just because you suspect a person without hard evidence. Because to be able to put someone away, you might have to demonstrate beyond reasonable doubt, and that has to be an independent body that you are justifying your actions to. Do you know, even if immigration wants to come and raid your house, they have to go to court.
Oh yeah, to get
and they have to get a permit.
Yeah,
and the permit allows them entry. So the number of entrants they have to enter your house. So if you're able to escape and they don't get you, they cannot re-enter your house until they go. No, you have to go back to the court.
To the court.
Before they can re-enter your house. I was watching the video. Did I show you the video when they actually were looking for someone? They knocked. The person was not opening. They knocked. The moment they broke the door and entered, the person jumped from the window. The person ran away. So at the end of the day, the police will have to put before a judge that this is the person we are suspecting. This ABC that he's doing. And if we do not act now, the likelihood that he will commit or he will work with people to commit this crime is high. That's when they can take you. That's why they can take you. But again, if they give the power to the police just to suspect someone and go and arrest them, you almost like a dictatorship society or a police state. It means that assuming I fancy a very beautiful lady, and that beautiful lady happens to be also within the radar of a police officer, because the police officer has that power, will come and detain me.
Elimination by rough tactics.
Elimination by rough tactics. Assuming you go chase a police officer's daughter and say, no, your skin, I don't want my daughter close to you. They will detain you just to tell you that you are a criminal, so that the daughter. So it's about abuse. How people will abuse if you give them that leeway. And that's why I think we're gonna balance it between the civil rights, the human rights, and how we protect the society. And in this case, we come in. That's why I think that the police will have to be speaking more to the public, because at one point in time they are protecting our rights. They are protecting our human rights. They're also defending and protecting our life, our whole existence. So they need to actively engage, and we have to actively be involved in the fight against terrorism. For instance, if I have to trade my right, okay, now you can arrest any suspect. That will allow the police to do their job without even the public get involved. But if the police will need to go and prove and gather more evidence, and then give me leeway to be able to not to arrest wrong people, it means that we gonna be able to help them, the police, with a bit of information out to people we suspect, why we suspect them, and other thing. If not, I mean, we risk being killed by terrorists or being harmed, being maimed by terrorists. So I think it is a civic responsibility for all of us to help the police, whichever you are, whether you are in Nigeria, whether you are this in, that when people are trying to commit such heinous crimes, we step in as individuals and then report. I thank God this country is not my country Ghana, where probably a police can go and receive bribe and say, you know what, they've just come to tell us that you are this thing. you know what, move, leave, we are coming to arrest you, give this man. Are you those kind of things? Give the person a tip off, and nobody should tell me I'm condemning my country.
No.
It happens. We know that it happens. Okay, those are the areas we're gonna get to. But I think actually we cannot get to a situation where they only arrest. If they arrest, like what happened, look at what happened in Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah,
when people were just
arrested, just there, and then nothing.
It should not be that.
Well, listeners, this is Starr Radio UK. So we have 2 questions that we've asked this morning. The first one is to help our brother or sister who is in a dilemma here because he was invited to a wedding. Now go to the place. So
it was woman on woman,
and
she couldn't dare. I mean, visit the scene. Say, I don't want to be part of this union. I don't want to be part of those who witness. They say you and I were not there. They say you Kofi, you were there. So he didn't. I mean, he didn't want to go and answer to God the Maker. That he believed that supervising or witnessing such an act will mean that being part of it. So he didn't want to. The question: what will you do? This is a family member. What will you do?
Okay, so we want you to answer that question. You can post your comments on our Facebook page, or you can send us a text or WhatsApp message, or you can call and let us have your take. And then secondly, I'm asking the question now, with all this terrorism and the fact the homegrown terrorists that we're talking about, the fact that now Britain seems to be, I mean, the country who has most of its population clicking on jihadist messages on the social network. What do you think? Should we just, if we think that somebody is suspicious, we think this person is going to perpetrate an act, instead of having the police wasting their time, we just take them home. Maybe we create our own Guantanamo where? Somewhere in the seas.
Probably Island of Wight.
Isle of Wight. We create a place on Isle of Wight, and then we can put them there. So we know that we are safe, we are secured. So we keep a few in a secure place, and then we as a majority will have our free life to lead. What do you think?
If they want to do that, I'll give them a proposal. I mean, Afrcan plains in Ghana.
They should take them there.
They should take them there because
develop the area.
There's a place we call what they call Nyekonakwe. You need a boat to be able to get on the Volta Lake. So you're gonna cross the Volta Lake. If they can develop that place and keep the prisoners for 10 years and then leave.
Okay. We will love it.
We'll love it.
Okay, so a free invitation to the UK government. Yeah. All right, but this is Starr Radio UK. It's 12 minutes past 11, and it is the Tuesday edition of the morning show. Now let's go to some other parts of the world. Let's have a look at what is happening today. Now, finally, some news coming in. We have Aung San Suu Kyi commenting about the mishap that is going on in her country, the mishap that is going on in her country at the moment. So we want you to what do you think about that? It says in her first comment on the Rohingya Muslim crisis, Myanmar, leader says the violence is over. Is it really over? Is it over because the people have been, driven out of their own towns and they've gone to some other places? So because the place is vacant now, he says it's over. We'll be having a look at that. And then man who saved the world dies at 77. What did he do to save the world? We'll be having a look at those stories. But
and whose world?
And whose world? Maybe he saved his own village somewhere, and they say that he saved the world. And then, unfortunately, when it comes to the Caribbean again, we have another Hurricane Maria that has devastated Dominica. They said all the roofs. They say the governor said all the roofs in that country is all blown. So now neither have got to the face to face with God. Now we'll be having a sad. They've been battered. Is it for the past month with all these hurricanes, and we have another one that is hitting them, but it's now been downgraded to category 4, which we hope that will minimize the damage there.
The other thing I want to find out, probably someone know, they should educate me. If the category 5, which speed must a hurricane, a storm be for it to be categorized as category 1, category 2?
Okay.
Please, if you can help us, we are learning. Educate us. What should the speed of a hurricane be for it to be classified as category X, Y, or
Z.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you see, today we are posing lots of questions to you because it's interactive here. The number is 0208 133 2257, 0208 133 2257, or 0208 133 2258. US or Canada 001 718 303 2737, 001 718 303 2737. Text or WhatsApp is 075 3966 1744, 075 3966 1744. Our Twitter handle is at Starr Radio UK, and our email address is info@starradiouk.com. Now, Myanmar's de facto leader Aung San Suu Kyi has said her government does not fear international scrutiny of its handling of the growing Rohingya crisis. It was her first address to the country about the violence in northern Rakhine state that has seen more than 400,000 Rohingya Muslims cross into Bangladesh. Now, Ms. Suu Kyi has faced heavy criticism for her response to the crisis. She said there had been no clearance operation for 2 weeks. In a speech in English to Myanmar's parliament, Aung San Suu Kyi said she felt deeply for the suffering of all people in the conflict, and that Myanmar was committed to a sustainable solution for all communities in the state. Now, Ms. Suu Kyi, who decided not to attend the UN General Assembly in New York later this week, said she nevertheless wanted the international community to know what was being done by her government. Hours after her speech, the UN Human Rights Council in Geneva called for full access to the region so it can investigate the situation with its own eyes. Rakhine has faced unrest and sporadic violence for years, but the current crisis began in August with an armed attack on police posts which killed 12 people. That was blamed on a newly emerged military group, the Afrcan Rohingya Salvation Army, ASA. The Rohingya, mostly Muslim minority, are denied citizenship and equal opportunities by the Myanmar government, which says they are illegal immigrants from Bangladesh. They are largely despised by the wider Burmese majority Buddhist population. So you see, the background to the whole story is that now Myanmar is what we call Burma, the old Burma, is majority Buddhist society, and now they have Muslim community that's developed in there, and they're saying that the Muslim community came from Bangladesh, okay, to Myanmar, and therefore whatever is happening, I mean, integration, whether integration has worked there, it comes back to the fact that, you know, when it comes to religion, people want to stay in their own corner. And because there is not that integration where you have somebody from a Buddhist family or a Buddhist religion and a Muslim marrying and stuff like that, integration doesn't go on properly. And therefore, the moment there is some small problem, then we will say that, okay, we don't want these people because we don't have anything in common with them.
Yeah, you say, I listened to a bit of the speech that was delivered by
Aung San Suu Kyi.
For me, I think it was a speech that was delivered too little, too late. This has a historical background like all other cases that we've had, but what culminated in this very phase, what we've witnessed within the last 2 months, is something that has been building up. I mean, over a period of 1 year now, a commission chaired by Kofi Annan, the former U.S. Secretary General, actually undertook a bit of consultation across board on that. And some of the recommendations that they made was they released the report on the 23rd of August, and they called for a report. The report actually recommended sustained action on a number of fronts to prevent violence, maintain peace, foster reconciliation, and offer a sense of hope to the state hard-pressed population. So a bit of hope for the Muslims. Now, how long can you oppress people? These are people who are deprived and denied citizenship. Okay, they have no rights because they think that they do not belong to that country. The way it's just like what is happening in Israel and Palestine, where people think that we own this place, other people think that you do not belong. How do we get to a point where the people over there It's either they are from Bangladesh or they are not from Bangladesh. That can be settled, or if they've settled there for a long period of time, how can we integrate them into this? So the report recommended a law, among other things, way to get these people some rights, way to get these people citizenships, and also especially on citizenship verification, rights and equality before the law. They also recommended that they give them documentations that will make them officially to be recognized as the former Burmese. I you get me? So which affect population. If you look at even distribution of development and other things, the Muslim area and other things are discriminated against. So the report recommended that all those. Now the question we ask is, just after this report, that is when we saw this upscale. Is it because of the report, knowing that the UN is going to adopt this report and has adopted it? Is that why they're pushing for to flush out these people before any other thing? Again, why did the woman have to wait for a sustained period of 3 weeks of atrocities being committed against these people before she now coming to tell what is over? Which violence? I mean, you can't tell me that what we witnessed, some of the videos I've seen, you can't tell me that it was like a violent fight. No, it's not. It wasn't a war. You go to places where you witness video, people are driven out. When they step out, their buildings are torched. Are you getting me? I watched a video where the young men in the village were all driven out, something like a stream. They were made to something like sticks and other things, and they were forced into into. Are you getting me? You witness a situation where people were driven out, laid down, shot dead, a grave dug, and killed. Videos, they even got the young men to dig the grave and kill, and set them alive. You can't tell me that that is total genocide. So answer should not come and deceive them. Don't forget, UN gave her an ultimatum to act or not. But for me, it is too little, too late. What have they done? Her speech, how will it bring back, what do you call it, those who have innocent people who have been killed? You want children, and you can't just imagine that a woman who a few years ago was under house arrest, being paraded all over the world, that the world should sing, everybody will sing, save her the woman, save her the woman. Today will supervise such an assault. For me, it's a shame. It's a shame. Now, is she going to say that? Are they going to allow the people to come back? Are they going to say, okay, this area belongs to the people, let's rebuild the villages that have been touched, let's give them a decent accommodation or something like that? The lives of those young kids, their schools are bent, they've been driven out, they have no livelihood and other. What do you expect them to do? Just because you think they are Muslims, just because you think they do not belong to that place, you know? I blame the British, because they are the beginning of this thing. You recommend Bangladesh and Pakistan, or even a country, and British have to divide what they call the Hindus to one side, and what do you call it,
the Muslims to the other,
Muslims to the others, and that even led to Bangladesh. That even led to Muslims who happen to be part of the Bangladesh fleeing that at that point, because Bangladesh Bangladesh and others were different countries altogether. It happens in India, what they call it,
India and
India, Pakistan as well. British are part of the whole problem, you know, division and this. But I think on this very issue that is happening, I feel so sad looking at those videos. I can't watch some of them to the end, actually. So gruesome. What needs to be done, and what in my view what must be done now, is to guarantee the safety of those people to return back. Government should, and the UN should step in, and an area should be given to these people. What do you call it? They should rebuild the houses for them so that these people can actually return back to their homes. If not, it doesn't matter the number of pages that she reads the speeches from. For me, it's of no consequence.
But what do you say about integration? Now, even here in the UK, we have a problem with that, where there is Anna killing because of integration. So you have somebody from a Muslim background or maybe a Buddhist background going to marry somebody, maybe a Caucasian, or going to marry a black person, and if they don't kill you, they might kill the lady who you are going to marry. Yesterday, there was this news from Tunisia, where Tunisian law, the government has now come out with a law saying that now Tunisian women can marry any men that they want. Then I asked the question, because the thing is, yes, the government can say this is what we want you to do, but religion is the opium of the masses, and people are so crazy when it comes to. So they will say no. Government is saying that, but we are telling you no. You go and do it, and we know the law. Once we do anything for the law to see us, we'll be caught in the law. But they will still find ways and means to perpetrate acts. So integration becomes so difficult.
It's going to take a long period of time. Let me say good morning to Reverend Suma at Suma Jiwapia, all the way in Ghana now. Actually, I think we have an example, although you would say that religion played a part. If you take England, Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland, there are 4 different nations. They are 4 different nations. How have they been able to come together and can call themselves United Kingdom? Although you will say that they did not have different religions, and therefore integration process was very swift and was, even they had language barriers and other, but they were able to bridge it. They didn't have, even when you look at Iran, they had the Orthodox and the Catholic, the Roman, but again the Christianity or whatever it was the cross. Call it what the cross. So the cross was either whether you take left or you take left.
So they are arriving at the cross.
They are arriving at the cross, and if you take the Welsh and this thing, it was again the cross. If you take the Scottish, again it was the cross. Now, but when you come to our part of the world, and that is happening across Africa, across the Indians, across the distance. Now, the honor killing issue that you're talking of and what the Tunisian government has just said, that has to do with the Islamic religion. Don't forget, some of all these religious doctrines and other things were actually decrees that came to be established because people want to protect their own, increase the people within their flock, increase their own religious and attendance rates and other things. Thought, why should our fertile women go and be marrying Christians or other religion? It means that the potential or people who can come and worship, take our God and assume our God, are being taken away. Are you getting me? It is going to take a bit of time for those barriers to be broken, where we can go too much religious blind, and the laws will have to be like the way the government has
passed a law in
Tunisia. We welcome that, but the law must be enforced. If someone does it, they have to punish the person severely to serve as an example so that others will not follow. And within a generation or two, you will see those barriers being broken. But it's going to happen. If you look at our part of the world, it is in the form of tribe. If you take Nigeria, if you take what is happening in Nigeria now, between the what do you call it, the Biafras and it's also of a similar, it's a similar path. And that can be traced back even to Ahmadu Bello. Ahmadu Bello, who decreed at that time that the Northerners will dominate and Islam has dominated Nigeria. And that is found in its way because it was like a decree within the Muslim sect. Within that Ahmadu Bello has said it, and all of them ascribe to it. They buy into it, from the president to him. That is the mental. So you look at how strong religion is. I do believe that if we can implement laws, and that has to come with the will of from the government, that there must be no discrimination irrespective of wherever you come from, whether you are a Muslim, you are a Hindu, you are whatever, you this. Assuming in Ghana, for instance, we find out that there's a small Hindu population in Ghana. Let's assume the Christians begin to discriminate against or persecute what they call it, the Hindus in that country or the Muslims in that country, and the government does not act. You are actually sowing a seed for what do you call it, other people to perpetrate and persecute other you get me? Assuming Christians begin now take touch, go to their villages and begin to go and touch shrines,
yeah,
you realize that even where there are shrines, Christians still do respect. This is their, we will not associate with them,
yeah,
but this is their, and even they go to the same shop, they go to the same but we've never seen those kind of art where people go to burn shrines and other. Some prophets have dared it and other things, but how would they encourage that? How would they encourage extremist behavior in respect of that? But the law must be made to work. If the law says that religious freedom, association freedom, and it you say that if you commit or you go attempting to persecute and someone, the law will deal with you ruthlessly. I think with time we should be able to overcome it, but it's going to take a bit. It's going to take time. But when it comes to Islam and Arab world, it's a you look at 5 generations or more.
5 generations or more.
Yeah, that's what I think. That is my opinion. It might be.
Yeah. I mean, maybe somebody might be looking at it from a different point, but
it's going to take time to break down those barriers. But breaking down them, we must break them down.
Yeah,
we must break them down.
Okay, so integration. Well, this is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. It is 11:30. We take a commercial break, and once we come back, we continue with the show. We'll be taking you to Africa and the Caribbean. In the Caribbean at the moment, we have is it Hurricane Maria? Also hitting hard. But let me touch on 2 stories quickly before we take the commercial break. Now, first of all, I talked about a former Soviet military officer who has been credited with averting a possible nuclear disaster at the peak of the Cold War, has died at the age of 77. Now, Stanislav Petrov was on duty at a Russian nuclear early warning center in 1983 when computers wrongly detected incoming missiles from the US. The computers wrongly detected that. Now he took the decision that they were a false alarm and did not report them to his superiors. Now his action, which came to light years later, possibly prevented nuclear war. Now Petrov died at his home in Moscow in May, but his death has only now been made public. Now he was in the in the control room, call it. Now you see that the computers detected that missiles coming. Actually, there wasn't any missile coming. So if you had just reported to the authorities that, look, I could see the sensors are telling that missiles are coming in. All that they have to do is also shoot. So they would have also deployed their missiles, and then there would have been the Cold War. Unfortunately, he decided, no, I'm not going to tell these people. Maybe if you are going to die, let us die.
That goes to the law. I mean, if you hearing, are you hearing right? I mean, I think whether did he take bribe from the US?
Maybe that's why they didn't say that he was dead yet.
You know, you could also be fired. He could have been fired. It was a risk.
You detected something
it was
like that
lottery because assuming they were
real,
what would have happened?
They would have just destroyed Russia.
So he didn't save the world. He didn't obey order.
Well, we can't say because you and I were not there.
But he didn't obey orders. Assuming that tells you computers can also go wrong.
Yeah. So how did he know that it wasn't real?
Well, thank God we are alive.
May his soul rest in perfect peace.
Yeah, that's all we can say.
Yes. Okay, then in the Caribbean, like I said, Dominica has suffered widespread damage from Hurricane Maria. Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit has said, we have lost all the money, all that money can buy, he said on his Facebook.
Actually, the other thing I do not understand, and I want someone to help me, I ask the question again. Why is it that all these natural disasters, hurricanes, have beautiful names? Their names are sweet though. I think they should actually find where they can be looking for different names. But these names that they are giving to someone, Maria is a sweet name. But why can Maria be so destructive?
Yeah.
Anyway, actually, we just have to say, what can we do? Let's see what we can do as a community. If there are charities out there that are raising money to help the survivors, please, if you can in your own way, contribute to that. And we'll edge that because the survivors now will need to rebuild their life. And that's all we can do for now. We thank God that a loss of life were not lost. I mean, we're checking the figures. Not a lot of lives that have been lost. So
property,
Let me say good morning to Ohima, the newly wedded Ohima, Obahima. You know,
Obahima, good morning to you. Good morning.
She went to actually got married in Ghana recently.
Ooh, congratulations,
Obahima. So she's now the fresh what do you call it?
The freshest couple.
Thank God she married a man.
Hey, well, I'm not saying anything.
So nobody, I mean, those who went there, none of them were surprised.
Okay.
Yeah, not at all.
Okay. Like we asked the question earlier on, do you think if you were in that situation, what will you do? You'll be invited to a wedding, maybe a cousin, a family member, you get to the place and hey, it's not what we all know, man and woman or woman and man, okay? But then the other marriages that is taking place. What will you do? Because it's a dilemma of a listener who thinks that hey, they don't know what to do under such a situation. But my oracle, I am on air at the moment, so I will call you back. Okay then. But we take a commercial break, and once we come back,
but before we go, have you heard about this one where someone married a dog?
Oh,
a woman married a dog. Another woman married herself.
Wow.
After relationships and disappointment, she took the decision to marry herself.
Okay.
And actually there was a wedding ceremony and she married herself.
So, okay. I Archie. Where do you Archie? I'll do that.
And these are real story. A British woman married herself.
Wow.
But she said she can divorce herself and marry if she finds
a suitable
man, someone. But now she's afraid to get into a relationship. And I told her, you're gonna do what a lot of people have done. Drink super glue so that your heart will not be broken again. Please, if you can do. Collins P. Boache, where can I locate this station in the UK? Colin, we're actually located in Croydon. We're actually in Croydon, a beautiful, serene environment in Croydon. You can actually take our number and call us after the show, and we can have a conversation with you if you really want to come to the station. So Collins P. Boache, we are actually located in Croydon.
Yeah, and somebody to try to call us on our WhatsApp page. Please call us on our number. But if you, I mean, the only way for you to get in touch with us is via our WhatsApp. Fine, you can still call us back, and we'll try to pick your call up. But breaking news coming in from the UK here: death toll in the Grenfell fire in London may be a little less than the previous estimate of 80 people. That's what the police has said. If it is true, we are grateful to God. And I mean, life, even a single life is important, but at least the death toll was not that much as we estimated earlier on.
Yesterday I got home and there was a letter waiting for me. Most of properties, those who bought properties in high-rise buildings, flats and other things, the councils and other things are actually going round trying to beef out the fire security, and which I think is a good news. And that's why we keep on saying that in the UK, when something happens, they learn lessons from them and they're able to implement some changes. The question I asked in Liberia, do we do same? In Ghana, do we do same? In Nigeria, will we do same? Because if something happens and we do not learn lessons from them and we do not use those lessons to affect the way we do things or change the way we do things, then I think in one quote we'll be calling us stupid. It's just like telling you, if you drink poison, you die. They've proven to you that DDT kills. They've given it to some animals and you've seen them dying. Then you took it, and then when you were doing your Weetabix or Gary, you put a bit in there. DDT. That is what.
Okay, listeners, this is Starr Radio UK. We take a commercial break, and once we come back, we continue with the show. Don't go away.
I was in a tunnel and couldn't see the light.
Oh, nah, not again. I've been duped.
Hello, Kweku. How long will you continue to fall for these unscrupulous landowners? This is the second time, huh? Do you want a hassle-free, litigation-free life when it comes to owning a property in Ghana? Look no further. Royal Valley Estates, RVE, is your answer. RVE is located at Bawaleshi near Valley View University on the Adenta to Dodowa Highway, Accra, Ghana. RVE is a gated community with 24-hour security. 300 houses will be constructed at RVE, comprising of 3-bedroom, semi-detached and 3-bedroom detached houses. The plot sizes at RVE are generous. Mortgages and flexible payment options available to qualified applicants. Rush now and own a house in Ghana. For more information, contact Pastor Joe Kissinger Anochi on 0790-479-3019. You can also contact Reverend Francis Nunu on 0744-049-4271 and also on 0744-8054-930. You can also email him at fs.nunu@gmail.com. You can also visit us at www.royalvalleyestates.gh.com. RVE, a place you can call home.
I can feel heaven, is over me.
Revival City Church presents Rededicate 2017 with Reverend Dr. Nunu and Reverend Mrs. Nunu. This year, God's servant, the prophet Gideon Danso, all the way from Ghana, Empowerment Worship Center. Last year was full of testimonies, and you wouldn't want to miss this year's edition. God is about to rededicate all that concerns you. Save the dates. Wednesday 20th to Sunday 24th September 2017. All happening at the Revival City Church, Unit 16, 1 to 11 Willow Lane, Mitcham, CR4 4NA. Seasonal word, the prophetic and pure worship with God's trumpet, Nathaniel Bassi from Nigeria. Also on the worship bill, City Praise, Minister Angela and Colina Archipia. Wednesday 20th through to Sunday 24th September 2017. Time, Wednesday and Thursday, 6:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Friday, 6:30 p.m. to 12 midnight. Worship night with Nathaniel Bassi on Saturday, 6:30 p.m. Then we crown it all on Sunday, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Contact 077-54-382-831. Rededicate 2017. Come and experience God on a whole new level.
Hallelujah. I believe in the risen one. I believe I overcome.
My Journey, your one-stop destination to the supernatural on Starr Radio UK. What's the hidden truth or mysteries behind the supernatural? Do angels exist? Is healing and miracles for today? Can I hear the voice of God? What's the secret to their success in ministry or calling? Can my eyes be open to see beyond the natural? Can I operate in the gifts of the Holy Spirit? My Journey is your one-stop destination to the supernatural on Starr Radio UK. Join your host, Captain Tete, at 4 p.m. on My Journey, your one-stop destination to the supernatural.
I was covered in sin and shame.
Hello listeners, my name is Era Lucy. I invite you to join me on the Starr Personality Profile Show this and every Tuesday at 6 p.m. on Starr Radio UK, where I will be talking to experts in their different fields to find out why they do what they do and what makes them exceptional in their various careers. This show is Starr Personality Profile on Starr Radio UK. Remember, the time is 6 p.m. every Tuesday. Download the app from your app store or join me live on all our social media platforms.
The IWFT team presents Footprints on Starr Radio UK with your host Oscar Bimpong every Thursday at 7 p.m. Starr Radio UK, your finest Afro-Caribbean station in London.
I'm overdosed with music.
You are listening to Starr Radio Morning Show.
Come like a kite. Come like a kite.
Hi, 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 hi. Me come to them like some kakai. Hi, 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 hi. Satawale come like a guy. Forever and ever, I'll be a soldier. Forever and ever, I'll be a leader. Forever and ever, I'll be a teacher. Forever and ever, I'll be a father. Aye, call me your IGP. Salute to me anytime. Yes, I'm a call me Duncan Williams. Or Mensa Waterville. Hallelujah. I don't go think dog you, cause I know say I they love you. I be your father. So we don't waste no time. Money we account every time. More dollar. In the world, Togo just get my shining bubble. Chuchu trouser. For a web, I know longer don't never. Yeah, that border. So me I humble myself. Anyone me step man down to the earth. Sata me see me big to the girl. So me scared I'm like, huh? Hi, 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 hi. Shatawale I come like a kite. Hi, 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 hi. Shatawale come like a kite. Hi, 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 hi. Me come to them like some kakai. Hi, 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 hi. Shatawale come like a kite. Forever and ever, I'll be a soldier. Forever and ever, I'll be a leader. Forever and ever, I'll be a teacher. Forever and ever, I'll be a father. Wale, Wale, they come from Sogo Bago. Wale, Wale, they run the show and them back so. Wale, Wale, they make the door and them bow. Wale, Wale, Shata Wale.
Okay, so that is some shout out for you there, saying it's coming like a kite and Star Radio UK. We are here, but we are not like a kite. We didn't come to catch anybody, okay? But we're here to put some smile in your daily life with the programs that we bring your way, and that's why it's interactive. So whatever is brewing on in your spirit or on the table of your heart or in your brains, you can put them across to us and we can share it with the whole wide world. People will bring their take on issues that we are having a look at. And if you are you think you want to make a decision, you're not very sure of it, you want us to ask the public opinion, why not? We'll be doing that. Like we are asking if you were invited to a wedding and you got there and it's not the normal wedding, a man or woman, but there is man or woman, and what do you do? This is a person who decided to back out and family say, hey, you.
Actually, yes. Unfortunately, I can't accompany you to court. Wedding is not a normal wedding.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I can't accompany you to court. All weddings are weddings.
Yes, hey, I said it again. To a wedding. Okay. We've got Mr. Kofi Ali who is on the line now. Let me go to him and let's see. Yes, good morning, Kofi.
Morning, how are you?
Yeah, we're doing very well. And you?
That's Frank, isn't it?
That is Archie. You always get it wrong.
Oh, Archie. Yeah. I was speaking to Frank yesterday and he said he's calling back, but we couldn't hear anything from him.
Yeah, we had some busy schedule.
That's how honorable we are. That was the reason why I called him.
Okay, yes, go on.
But how are we this morning?
We are doing very well by the grace of God, yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I actually, we have to do the rounds before we tune in.
Yes.
And at the point I tune in, I were seeing something about the crisis in the eastern part of Nigeria, and you made reference to Sardauna Amadou Bello.
Yeah.
And the position of Islam against Christians.
Yeah,
and
integration.
And all.
Integration. We're talking about how, yeah.
Yes. And I could remember I was recently in your studio where I was touching on issues like this. But on that day we were focusing on Ghana.
Yeah.
Yes. And we were looking at actually the cultural challenge. Where I define culture as the way groups do things.
Yeah.
And if we look at our life here in the United Kingdom, you can see that the society is more or less manageable because they go by individuals. They don't go by groups. Of course, we cannot write out that groups don't exist. Even schools are group.
Yeah.
Universities are group. Family, we're talking about nuclear family. It's a group.
Yeah.
But if you look at what we have here, Scottish are group, Welsh are group, Irish are groups. Christianity is a group. Islam is a group. Now, the challenge the modern man is having is, we believe in the state, that is the country, together as one group. In that one group, what group should we encourage and what group should we discourage to exist as a group? Because the more the groups you belong to, the more the right of the individual is taken away from him. Your country has taken away your right, your freedom of choices. Now, your tribal group is taken, your family has taken, your tribal group is taken, your church is taken, your mosque is taken. What will be left to the individual? Then what we are seeing is that, you see, the state has taken your right, but it is you against the state as an individual, where your family, which we talk about nuclear family, not a group of tribal people. Then standing in to say, well, it is we against this individual. It means the state institutions against you. Then you can have, in that way, you can have a breathing space, because everyone is one person against the state. The authority established. But when you are having the church, they have their law, mosque, they have their law, tribe, they have their law. So everyone is coming on you. You will see that the African is deep into this problem. So you probably want political decision, but this is the way you as an individual believe it should be. Maybe you are looking at your job and your immediate needs, but a community can just come to say, look, in our community, in our tribal group, this is the best of our interest. So your interest is irrelevant. Our interest together is what we are presenting to the central authority. And by so doing, you see that the individual who needs job, who wants to be treated fairly, certain things are suppressed. And now let's go to Nigeria. We'll take the case of, you will see that in the eastern part of Nigeria, a group has emerged calling itself Biafra. That has been for some time. Good. Now this group that has emerged.
Hello, Kofi. Hello, Kofi. Yeah, Kofi's line is playing out. Okay. Yeah, okay. Position yourself well. Your line just went. So, okay. Go on.
Yeah, and I asked that, I would think that everyone who is an able person is also a Biafran. Automatically, it's like saying someone in Scotland because you are Scottish.
Okay.
Kofi,
yeah, we haven't. Kofi, call us back. Call us back. Yeah, Kofi, call us back. Okay. Listeners, this is Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. The time is 11:51, 9 minutes to the top of the hour, and we had Kofi, who we just missed. His line just went off, but Kofi will call back, and okay, he's calling back. Let's see if this time around we can hear him well. But before he comes on, let me say good morning to our brother Malik. Malik, I wish you speedy recovery. He's been under the weather. Somebody asked me, where is the weather? The weather is covering over. But Malik, yeah, we wish you a speedy recovery. Okay, let's go to Kofi is back. Kofi. Hello, Kofi. Hello, Kofi.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, go on, sir.
Yeah, I was asking the question because I was on Eastern Nigeria and the problem that is happening now.
Yeah.
Are we saying that if you are a person in eastern part of Nigeria, automatically you are Biafran, like somebody who lives in Scotland, and because you live in Scotland or you are Scottish, so automatically you are SNP? Is that the question we are? Have you asked that question?
I mean, that is not right, because we have people living in various places and they do not necessarily have to be part of that community per se, or people who
they don't have to be indigenous, but they are community. Part of
yeah.
What we are saying is we are not talking about a non-indigenous. We are talking about indigenous, Scottish, Scotland. In Scotland, the majority of them are indigenous Scottish.
Yeah.
And my question is that SNP, Scottish National Party, is a political party claiming to be fighting for the interests of all Scottish.
Yeah.
Is that saying that because you are Scottish, automatically you are SNP?
No.
Don't we have Labour there?
Yeah.
Don't we have Conservative there?
We have freedom of affiliation, so you can belong to whatever
Thank
group
you very much.
Yeah.
In the same vein, the so-called Biafran, there is that problem there. There is not all of them side with that secessionist agenda, like you have in Southern Cameroon. Again, let us take our mind to somewhere. What is the problem they have in that country? The Northerners claiming that they are all Muslims by force, and they are all houses, and by Hausa Fulanis, and by all they will be not anyone. Hello?
Hello, Kofi. Your line keeps on breaking, but go on quickly so that
the same war these people fought almost in 1967, 68, 69.
Yeah.
That killed.
Okay, Kofi's line seems.
How do we address this?
Kofi, I think you need to position yourself well.
I think there's a problem with the phone, and there's nothing I can do about it.
You can do about it. Okay, then quickly. Just summarize quickly so that listeners will not miss out on what you're saying. Please.
So what I'm saying technically is saying that, you see, the problem of Nigeria, they have to sit down. I have a problem. My problem is, like somebody, one of you was saying freedom of what you want to be. Hello?
Yes, hello. We can hear you.
You having the freedom as an individual.
Wow, Kofi's line is bad. He said he can't do much.
Want to be Igbo.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes,
if
Kofi.
you want to be Igbo, be Igbo. The problem is when people are in state authority and they are bringing their tribal business into the business of government. Hello?
Yes.
Today in Ghana, you would think we are running an Ashanti kingdom, starting from the president himself.
Okay, Kofi, quickly, so that others can also come in, please.
The way he do a lot of things, you would think, in fact, the way they are doing things now, wherever he's going to, you have people following with some useless drum playing, some useless noise, disturbing everyone.
You think that is useless. Some people also like it, so that is where integration comes in.
No, listen to that. Of Ghana is not the same as the kingdom. Let us get something straight. We are making a mistake. In Nigeria, the world.
Oh, Kofi's line. Kofi, quickly. Just your last sentence on that, so that we can go and come back.
Remember a woman in Nigeria called Oweka Yenu? She was Owenu. She was singing. She's a musician.
I'm not sure. Not sure about that.
Oh, she's very popular.
Okay.
She was made a director under Goodluck Jonathan. In that office where she was made director, I think for social affairs, the only thing they do there is running their church. So the Muslims have a problem with her. In fact, the day they removed her when Buhari came in, literally they throw her things on the street. Why do you drag your religion? These Muslims are doing it, the Christians are doing it, the Yorubas are doing it, the Hausas are doing it, the Igbos are doing it.
So integration is very poor.
And now Nanado is doing it in Ghana.
Okay.
And we want to. I remember when Mahama was giving some money to some people at Independence Square when they were singing, and he wanted to give money to them. And they were drumming. We said it's unacceptable, totally unacceptable. And now, in fact, it's like doing was like a child's play against Nanado. Anyway, in fact, they have an office in that for drumming.
Okay.
They are useless drums.
Okay, Kofi, we have to end there. Yes, Kofi, we have to end there.
I want to find out from you. You don't talk about it. Who paid them to do that? You are talking about free education, and you bring illiterate to be disturbing everyone with the drums everywhere.
Okay, some people are studying culture. No, Kofi, we'll come to that. We'll address that issue later. Because some people go to school. Kofi, some people go to school to go and study. Kofi, some people go to school to go and study culture, and I had a very good culture teacher. I'm coming. You have your take. Let me have my take. Kofi, let me have my take. Kofi, let me have my take. Now we have. I had a culture teacher when I was in secondary school, and I remember he was the one who made me love the Ewe history. Because he taught that at Chagbeko and so I was so interested in those things. So if some people are studying that to go and be playing drums or go and play phantom drum or whatever, let them just go on with that. But we'll come to it.
Listen to me, sir. With all due respect. when somebody taught you something in school, you understand?
Yes.
And they remember there were these ethno-tribal groups before the state of Ghana was formed. And the state of Ghana was formed to replace all of them, not for to back to the days of wars and slavery. So what you didn't realize is that we are migrating into Ghana. Those people are still in the past.
Okay, thank you very much, Kofi. Kofi, let's leave it there. Let's leave it there. We'll address that properly. Yeah, I've not even gotten to Ghana there yet, but you wanted to drag me to Ghana. So thank you very much.
If you define the culture of Ghana, you are defining the culture of Ewe. It's every Ghana. You got a group.
Kofi, I said I've not gotten to Ghana yet, but you've dragged me to Ghana. But we'll leave it there, and then I'll come back once we get to Ghana. If you want to bring any comments pertaining to culture and the way people are doing things, we will let you do that. Thank you.
Because they are organized people.
Okay. Thank you very much, Kofi. Thank you very much, Kofi. Okay. Listen, this is Starr Radio UK. Kofi will come back and we will talk about Ghana properly. Okay. Now, he did touch on Biafra because we were going to Africa. And some information coming in is that the Biafran leader, Nnamdi Kanu, is on the run from Nigerian army. And we were talking about integration. Now, I don't know the posture of Nigerians when it comes to this integration thing that we're talking about, because what is going to happen is that if people from the East are married to some houses, or to the what do you call the others, the Eurobers, okay, there is that integration. So if I want to say I want to fight Frank, I know that Frank is my sister's husband, okay, or my nephew or something, and therefore it brings people closer together. In this part of the world where we live, we have Irish people marrying Scottish people. We have that integration, so they manage, though they all have their cultural beliefs, yet they live it in a way. But you know, we come in and we talk about religion coming in, and like you said here, it was more to do with the cross, and at least they had one religion at a time. Now we know that there are a few religions that have also come into this country. But look at the Biafran case, where now somebody has to run off. Why? Because they are standing up for their community. Maybe the way they are perpetrating it is not the right way, but
actually, let's say I understand where Kofi was coming from. The fact that once we begin to get into our individual groups, be church, be mosque, be whatever you call it, that is where we begin to psychologically position ourselves to defend our territory, to defend our what I call it, our own, to belong to I mean, if I'm a Christian, I want to say that Christians all over the world are my family. If I'm a Muslim, I want to say that whoever a Muslim is, the person is my family. If I'm an Ashanti is my family. So some of these groups congregate together, united with either an ideology, united by a geographical postcodes where they were born, bred, or other things, united by the language they speak, united by probably something else, political affiliation and other things. If you take politics, you can find the same thing over there, because you can say, if you go to Nigeria, you can see the DPD and the and the PCP or what, I mean, fighting. You come to Ghana, you can find the NDC and MPP. You go to Kenya, you find the Jubilee and the NASA. Or are you getting so?
That NASA thing is quite interesting, though. Is it? Are they the ones who go to the moon?
They thought they can fly. I think they Ralo didn't know how to. I believe I can fly, so they thought when they thought we were going to win like rockets.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually a coalition of some opposition parties over there. So what brings SAR together and how we are able to I mean, fight stick in our own? But the question we should ask is, actually, I have come to a conclusion where I firmly believe that no group can claim to be what they call it, totally independent of the other. If, let's say, I belong to Biafrans, and the Biafrans want to move towards the north and main the northerners, the other northerners who are Christians, what happens? Are you now going to separate Okay, first you are from the north, so that's the first group you belong to.
Yeah.
You are from the north, you are a target. Okay, how about if I'm from the north? Are you now going to, okay, I'm from the north. If I kill you, what happens to if I am from the north and I'm a Christian? Are you getting me? Okay, how about if my grandfather comes from the south and I happen to go and live or have been dwelling in the north, that like Kofi was asking. Actually, from where I sit, I think it is from the political, it takes leadership to be able to solve some of these problems. Now, if you look at what is happening in Nigeria, there's tribe, religion, politics fused together. And that is where the problem is coming from. And that's why I agree with Kofi when he said that when you assume office, for instance, you do not bring your religion, you do not bring your whatever ethnicity, you do not bring whatever tribe, whatever group you belong to into that aspect. You must be independent. You must treat and look at each and every one equally fairly. But most of the we human beings, we are influenced by ideologies and sense of belonging to some of these groups. It gets to a point where as individuals we are actually suffering from an identity crisis. Now where I see it over here, assuming I'm a Biafran, am I a Christian? Am I a Biafran Muslim? There are some Biafrans who are Muslims. How about that? Do we say that we go and attack Muslims in the north because they are from the north and they are Muslim? How about if I'm a Biafran and I'm a Muslim? It means I'm attacking the Muslims, you are attacking me, although I might be a Biafran. Are you getting me? So we are as individuals now suffering from what I call an identity crisis. And if you put politics on top of that, it begins. It's like the way those of you who eat gari, you have gari, peanuts, milk, sugar. We are confused.
Hey, Frank, I think I need to go and have some this afternoon.
Actually, we are confused. So if you take a typical individual now, and you want to actually look at, okay, let's go to Ghana where probably we know best. A northerner against an Ashanti or an Ashanti against an Ewe, purely on tribal grounds. Okay, what does Christian religion tells us? If I am an Ewe and I am an Ashanti, and I say, okay, the Ashantis are my own, and therefore when it comes to Ashantis against Ewes, I have to defend the Ashantis. How about that aspect of the Bible which says that Christians are my family? Okay, I happen to belong to NPP, so be an Ashanti, a Christian, an NPP alone, I have three identities.
Like what you were saying,
I have three identities. So I am a confused person in the first place. Because if I'm to attack an Ewe, am I doing justice to that aspect of my identity which is Christian? Okay, if I'm to attack an Ewe, am I doing justice to that aspect of my political or my identity who is MPP? Because I have some Ewes who are MPP. I hear me. So I do believe that we need to find a way, and that must come from political leadership to be able to start, like Kofi said, and I do agree, be able to bring some of these identities that divide us when it comes to politics, when it comes to statehood, when it comes to nationhood. They must be secondary. They must be secondary. That's why I respect our Ghana Constitution, for instance, because you realize that each religion, each tribe has actually been brought to an equal footing. And that's why people will have a problem where, let's assume, President Mahama will be in office and we'll see that probably, I mean, take President Mahama, we can call him a confused identity president, because he's not, he's a Muslim. He's not a Muslim. He has families that are Muslim, but he's a Christian and he hails from the north. So if I'm an Ashanti, I'm supposed to attack the what they call the north, and wrongly and erroneously what people think that most northerners or all northerners are Muslim. I might be wrong, and I will be wrong, because the president was actually a Christian attending Why do I call it?
It was Assemblies of God.
Assemblies of God.
Last week he was preaching.
Are you getting me? I think we got a caller.
Yeah, got a caller.
Okay.
Kwame, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to Frank.
Good afternoon, Kwame.
Sorry to barge in.
No, it's fine.
Most of this thing is about economy. It's about economy empowerment. When people feel left out, and then that's where the confusion comes.
Okay.
Because all the Biafra thing we are talking about is about economy. When people feel it's only one section that is doing well from the economy, and that's that. It was only recently that we have religion fundamentalists, but most of the time these things all comes from economy. Who wants the lion's share of the cake?
The bread and butter language.
Yeah, so it's not about where you marry or something like that. Look, because we are condemned to live with each other. You don't have a choice.
You say we are condemned to live with. Okay, yeah. Wow. Okay, so that was Kwame's take. So you think that religion and all those things, yes, they might be a factor, but he's looking at economy. If people, no matter who is the president, it can be Akonodi's brother, and then I have enough money, and I am what a loso. Okay, I don't care.
Yeah, but actually, again, I agree with Kwame. But again, look at it. The economy, people use the economy, the politicians cleverly use the economy to link up with tribe and to link up with sectarian and other things. So, for instance, if you look at the Biafran issue, and if you look at the what they call the Nigerian issue, people might talk about they've been sidelined. They got the resources, the oil resources, but the northerners have taken over and always in
developing their area more than
siphoning the resources from this thing. I agree. That's economy. That what they call it?
It's economy.
It's economy that started. But where does it lead? They don't express it as economy. Yes, they will use it, but what that it then begins to focus on a tribe. It begins to focus on a sector, a particular religion, a particular people. So yes, the economy might be the fundament, might be the genesis, but the outward expression of what the economy is doing to our individual life, the deprivation, the poverty is bringing, is for us to psychologically be able to identify these are the people that are depriving us, and then even people within that group who do not benefit from what others are doing amongst them, also suffer. For someone sent a picture yesterday where we see it's a popular kind of scenario where there's a politician son is enjoying and then a poor person's a voter, and I said that is wrong, because to a large extent it is not all politicians that enjoy.
Yeah.
People can be political animals, people can be political supporters, they can support food soldiers and other things you call them. But the question is that you realize that when a party is in power, take MPP for instance. If you take MPP, there are people who went campaigning and voted for MPP. Some of them will not benefit from a dime. So yes, they are active politicians, but they do not benefit. So if you label them as politicians and join, no. Some politicians are joining. The appointees, the ministers, the MPs, and other things. Right, so you cannot just use one stick to whip everybody. And that's where the danger is, where yes, we might have justification for our actions, but the way we express them, I keep on saying no amount of bloodshed, no amount of this should justify bloodshed. I wouldn't want to see anybody, because what we witness in Biafra is just not. We cannot justify it by any means or measure. Why would we kill children for what is happening when the children have not had anything to say, have not contributed to the decision making process that has actually made our condition or brought us this far? Those are innocent people. Are you getting me? Those are innocent people. That's why I will never side with people who go thinking that they're going to commit crime by suicide bombing, because the majority of people who become victims of such actions are innocent people. The bomb that nearly went off last Friday. Is Prime Minister there?
No.
Is any military commander there?
No.
How many military personnel? And even the military personnel, they are under command.
Yeah.
And those commands are coming from the political elites.
Yeah.
Are you get me? If you think Theresa May, Tony Blair have taken a decision that has marginalized you, target them.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that.
Alone.
Leave the innocent alone. Because that innocent that you are meaning might come to correct what we find wrong. Let's make our case, but in a non-violent way.
Now, what has happened is that the indigenous people of Biafra, that is the group that is headed by Nnamdi Kanu, is now been labeled as a terrorist organization. And therefore, you know, we have Boko Haram, where the moment people see that you are now you label them that way, then they will get all the arms and they will have other people supporting them to now fight a proper war against you. So have they actually, has the military or the government in Nigeria actually made any headway when it comes to this?
Declaring them a terrorist group, that give the government and what they call it, the government power to be able to clamp down them like the way they would deal with a terrorist. It's just like saying that if, let's say, your cousin enters your house and take the meat from your soup, the way you deal with the person, yeah, they've taken money, they've taken some meat that you know, but you not declare them armed robber.
No.
But once you declare them armed robber,
you can shoot them. You can kill them.
I mean, are you getting me? For instance, if you slap someone, you slap someone, probably you fighting. But when you declare that someone who is attacking you, self-defense comes in. The issue of using self-defense to argue your case comes in. So they just labeling them just because they want to use different level of force. I do believe that will even radicalize some people. Some people are fighting for a cause that they believe is just.
Yeah.
Dialogue for me is the best option, and an honest dialogue. You see, when people have been promised for far too long, they've entered into dialogue and they've not seen any result. Nobody seems to care. Like Kwame is saying, their economies do not improve, their livelihood chances do not improve. We do not actively bring them in to come and be part of the decision that resolves the problem, but always want to take this and ask them to. We'll get to a point where we declare them terrorists. Boko Haram, that you've not dealt with them, you've not finished dealing with them. Now you are declaring the Biafra. Are you going to declare the whole state as a terrorist hub? If they are a terrorist hub, then you declare the place no-go area.
Yeah.
The question is, assuming they are military men, what do you call it? There's this issue that happened. I forgot the nation where military people were shot at by, was it Namibia or one of those countries, were shot at by their superior. And then the military, that was some years during those revolution struggles and other things. And when they shot at one, he shot at the person to show that he has power. Do you know what happened?
What happened?
All the members of that tribe within the military started shooting the others.
Yeah.
Went to the arm, holding, took all the arm, went to the. I'll bring the city. It's one of these African countries. Yeah, I think it's one of these African countries.
It wouldn't be Namibia, because Namibia has not seen any revolution after independence.
No, it's so. I think it was Somalia. Somalia, Sudan. It was Sudan. It was Sudan. And then they began shooting at each other. That resulted in war. So the question here is that if you're going to kill one person, if you're going to declare them a terrorist group, and you're going to know when they know, or when they've actually pressed for years of the case, that they are fighting for their cessation because economically they've been deprived, you are basically telling us that you're declaring war against them, and they're also going to be fighting.
And they're going to be getting all the
it's going to get nasty. It's going to be very, very nasty, and I seriously think that is not the best solution forward. It's actually not the best solution forward.
Okay, we have Kofi online, but you know, the cessation issue is not only going on in Biafra. We have it in Kenya as well. We have it in Cameroon, and it's all. So
we have it even in Ethiopia. We have it even in Ethiopia.
Yeah. Where we had Eritrea coming out and all that stuff.
You know.
Okay, let's hear Kofi. Hello, Kofi.
Please, you even have it in Spain. So if you want to look at it in a wider scope, it's in Iraq now. They're having a referendum.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like a very, very what do you call it? Enclosed political discourse. So that we identify the problem and who should be responsible and how we should address the problem. When you make it wider, then it becomes a very difficult thing to deal with. It's like wildfire, bushfire. In the case of the so-called Biafra, the case is a West African problem. For now, from the Nigerian government perspective, while the whole of the region is looking at what is happening, because the world will blame us together, not one. And this is not the first time. You remember the Aburi Accord.
Yeah.
So this is not a new problem. The first one, Aburi, that failed when these people started killing themselves. You are talking about nothing less than 20,000 people wasted like that. And half a million. Ojukwu himself ran away. Right? So we shouldn't look at this issue. There will be so many innocent lives that are going to be lost.
Yeah.
Somebody rightly said, I think it's Kwame, the problem is an economic issue.
Yeah.
An economic issue, the whole of West Africa, not just Nigeria. In Nigeria, it's a country where any part of Nigeria you go, you have people with degrees, masters, PhD, that have no jobs. If you have that situation, then you have idle hands, well, the workshop of the devil.
Yeah.
When they fought the Biafran war, at that time, the oil was not discovered. So what then led to the war? It's same poverty. The same people who feel, people were feeling all over the country, things are not right. And it led to the coup, and the coup led to the war, and then the war led to, when they finished, they have to sit down and find a solution. And they created, I think, 12 states, now 30 states, and now 36. What they are trying to look at, but what I'm trying to say is where I slightly disagree with the conception of my brother Archie. Assimilation, you're talking about integration. We need to be careful about what are we integrating into. And integration, marriage, intertribal marriage is a minute part of integration. Integration is about assimilation. And what is assimilating everyone? What value? On what value are we standing? If you don't have a value on which you stand to say, this is Nigeria, this is Ghana, this is ECOWAS, and this is the value on which we are all migrating, then you have intertribal fight for who wins small members. And when economic issues then become challenged, people use tribe and religion to advantage. And therefore, what we are looking at here in Nigeria is that how do we create, because if you go to the north and you see poverty, so those where the oil is are saying that because the oil is in their land, if they drive away those that the oil is not in their hand, then there'll be too much for them to share. That is their mentality. That the poverty they are suffering today is because they don't have access to their oil wealth, and some people from far away whose oil is not on their land are enjoying the oil equally. But that is not the truth. If you go to the north, they are rich and poor. If you go to the Igbo land, they are rich and poor. If you go to the Yoruba land, they are rich and poor. And therefore, if we can create the cake, we can create the wealth more, and we can create more jobs, then all these people will stop as they did after the war. So what we are looking at here is the international business arena is not charity. It's a war zone. The more the jobs you create in one place, the lesser the job you create in another, because the global market is the same. You produce more in your economy, you dump it in our economy, our children don't have jobs. As simple as ABC. If we want our children to have jobs like Donald Trump is doing in America, President, Jean-Claude Juncker is doing in the EU, we need to have a platform to stand on and say no. And we have one man speak for all of us in West Africa. By so doing, we can capture a lot of the values that are going to them. Because when we have the crude oil has so many natural resources in it. So I say natural resources, finished goods that can come out of it. But when we are not industrializing, and we can't be able to convert that crude oil into more finished goods for domestic consumption and for export, then what we are going to do, we end up exporting our jobs to others. Cocoa is going raw. For how long are we going to sit down and be waiting for them to be dumping finished goods on us? You understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah, I get you.
So this is where we are saying that, look, in Britain here, one cow will never leave Britain. If you see a cow leaving Britain, it lives in a packed meat, in a rubber. Written that now you the only thing you can do with it, you the one importing it, is to consume it, nothing more, nothing less. But the cocoa, the gold, the diamond, the everything, even the human beings are coming here as raw, and then they use them as they want to use them. It's the same thing to Europe. It's the same thing to everywhere. China has to stand as big giant economy to deal with the rest of the world. Now they are talking about 400 million people out of jobs. The more the 400 million people of China are getting jobs, the more the millions of people in the continent of Africa, particularly West Africa, that we are serious with our destiny, are getting lesser jobs. That's why you were saying that the problem, you understand, is a political one. Political one because when the politicians are getting their visions clear, and we know where we are going to, this tribal thing and all those things, they'll become a thing of the past. Religion, look, when people are empowered, like women are empowered, people are empowered, the religion becomes secondary. Tribe becomes secondary. They don't need them. Right now, they are falling on them because they are the platform on which to fight for economic advantages. If you want a political position, you go to Otunfo. If Otunfo accepts you, I swear you have a big job doing, in whether you pass or not. So we are telling people that, look, the battle is everywhere. The Volta, Eastern Ghana, they said they are going recently. What is happening in Lomé? Yes, there is political issue, but we know there are divisions inside the country. So this is what we are saying, that the Biafran issue is not the way we are looking at it. And Nigerian don't care who rules as long as he has his food on his table. You actually, if you have your job, your children are going to school, you are comfortable. You know tomorrow may be better if your own time is not better. And you know your children have a... Do you think you will sit down and be looking for who to kill you or you kill?
Oh, that's not you. That is... No, you know, what happened in Libya is a typical example of the scenario that you just painted. Now, people were being given everything, yet... people were incited and they misbehaved.
Yeah. But again, actually, it comes with a different Libya case. Yes, I think the argument for Libya was fought on a different footing. Unfortunately, the African leaders and did not see that in every society, a few will be influenced, and if you are not able to control it. But one Kofi is saying, he has a point about the economic aspect. We say Africa as a country, Africa as a continent needs to change the economic paradigm. I keep on saying that we cannot have a situation where the resources are in the hands of the few. We must make or think of how we make the population part owners and beneficiaries of whatever wealth that we generate in every country. And I keep on saying, like this oil, the wells, the oil industry and others. How many Biafrans have shares so that the proceeds that come, the dividends, they can also enjoy a little bit? It's about economic paradigm, and as long as we continue on this economic paradigm that we have been for the last 5 decades or more, the growth pole strategy that a few must have and trickle down a strategy or trickle down principle will result where their spending powers will actually trickle down to affect and improve the livelihoods of others. It's not going to happen because most of these people who have those resources, they don't even spend within those economies. Are you getting me? So it is about the leadership that must signal a change in economic paradigm, and if we can do that, most of all these problems will be solved.
Okay. I've got Kwame. Let me go to Kwame. I wanted to pose a question, but let me go to Kwame first, and then I come back to you. Kwame.
Yeah. Yes. Bradachi, you see, what we are saying, or what Brother Lee is saying, is the same thing that happened in Libya. We can run away from it, but it's the same thing. When one part of the country they have control over everything, the other party will grow to become decent about it, and they fight back. So then people can easily use them against the ruling class, and that was what happened in Libya. You see, and that's continuing to happen in most parts of Africa. Let me tell you, give you a typical example about Ghana. The past ruling government had the Volta region as its World Bank, as where it gets most of its support.
Votes from,
There were some roads that they were asking for to be constructed since Professor Mills' time. Up to today, as we speak, those roads haven't been completed. Especially the Hallway Road.
The Eastern Corridor Road.
Yes. The part that enters the Volta region there. You see, and these people resented it. We all saw what happened with the votes.
Yeah.
You see, people will rebel when they think they are being neglected. You see, so a leader, when you come on there, you make sure that, look, I'm ruling the country, but I'm not ruling just my part of the world. Get everything right.
Yeah.
The reason why we continue to mention somebody like Kwame Nkrumah, because that's what he did.
Yeah.
You see, and he did not only do it for Ghana, but he really went outside trying to share the same vision. You see, that look, we have to spread the thing for everybody to become part of it. That's egalitarian. That's what we want. You see, but if you come on and you think, oh, I have to satisfy my tribe, I have to satisfy my people, you won't go far.
Okay.
And it's not about economy. Whoever, we can put religion and everything. Look, when the economy breaks down, then people look for the least denominator, which is the tribe thing, which is the religion thing. And they rally around those things and fight. But if the economy is good, like Brother Lee is saying, who then want to go and fight? If I'm living,
I have work to do. How am I going to fight? Yeah.
Okay, but Frank, let me ask a question here, Frank. Now, with all this, now you see, we're talking about the fact that when you take Nigeria as a whole, we have people who are jobless in northern Nigeria, where we say, okay, the president comes from, and therefore, okay, might be, treating them very better off than other parts. Okay, and then we have Biafra, that area where we have people also who are graduates and are out of jobs. Now, how does a president or a government see to distribute the wealth equally, such that everybody will know that I'm not better off? Yes.
Brother,
yes,
the Biafra case is not only about the wealth.
Okay.
It's about their land too that is being destroyed by the oil.
Okay. So you are going that environmental degradation is also a factor there.
Our land is being destroyed, but we are the least beneficiaries.
Okay.
Can I come in there?
Yes, Kofi, let's hear you, Kofi.
Yes. You see, we've gone around circles, and we are leaving the important issues. The Libyan case, you understand, was, there were factions in Libya, King Idris and Gaddafi. Gaddafi overthrew King Idris. Gaddafi brought prosperity that was not there before King Idris. Using their oil with a population of less than 8 million. The problem that started in Benghazi, if you have left the Libyans alone, it would have resulted the way it ended.
That I agree.
So the external factors is what some people are pretending doesn't exist. The external factors were the big American and European companies under King Idris that were taking the oil and giving the people nothing.
Okay.
When Gaddafi came in and nationalized these industries and looked for other markets like Russia and China and started to trade with them, those who were not happy were waiting for the opportunity. Now they are gone back. They are taking the oil free as they like. So we need to understand that whatever you do, external factors play. Okay. In Nigeria, where you are talking, by law, oil, any natural resources, gold like we have in Ghana, anything that is natural, including trees, belong to the federal government. You have to understand that straight. It's a federal wealth that must be shared to all Ghanaians, all Nigerians. Now, each state has got its own laws, and there is a quota they give each of them every month, every quarter. They give them every 3-4 months, they give them the allocation and they share it. Now, when you come to the oil companies, the American powerful owners of the industries and the British, the BPs, they are too powerful, the Shell, for the Nigerian government alone to deal with them. They do what they like. Didn't we see oil spillage in America when the President Barack Obama said the company, which was BP, that spilled the oil will pay almost 10 billion.
Yeah.
In addition to that, they'll clean it up.
Yeah.
Do you think Nigerian government can do that? Then we are telling you that you need a regional power to deal with this nonsense. In Ghana, they take our oil away, they're giving us only 10%. What is 10% out of 100%? Are we daft? Then you want us to sit down sharing 10%? And we are even telling you that even in America, Halliburton and all those things, they are individual. Few, the wealth is in the hand of few people. But because the economy is properly designed, it trickles down.
That's it.
Every in America, the billionaires are not. They are about 200.
Even in this country, even in this country, there's a proper channel of trickling down wealth.
That is trickling down because they have the billionaires that are controlling inside. They are also working with the politicians. In West Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, all those things, our so-called businessmen are beggars. They are babies when you come to international weight to get what you want. Because when there are certain things, if you can get it directly, you get it indirectly. Use force. You understand? And this is where when they were closing the Nigerian refineries, closing this one, closing that one, giving our own children money to put fire on it, we said the jobs are going to be, and we know who are behind it. The CIA is doing it. We know them. Now our children are in Europe and America cleaning toilets. So we are saying that we can't continue this way. We cannot continue. But we need a different look. This Afrcan thing they are doing. And when some people, the land you are talking about, that is Ogoni land. Ogoni, they are not the ones with the problem. Biafra is not the same as Ogoni. Don't let us confuse the two.
No, we talk. Okay.
And the Shell, who is polluting the place. Do you think Nigerian government can handle Shell?
Kofi, you have a point over there. That's right. Actually, the only solution I see to this is a change in economic paradigm. And that economic paradigm change has to do how we detach ourselves and how we depend less on the West and how we actually get the West in our country to have less control of So, for instance, if IMF and others are pushing us, and they will have ICF, which International Credit, they say part of what do you call it, CIF, part of World Bank, the commercial loaning division. They recommend this, and then when someone is going to go to take money and control all our resources, if we can move away from that paradigm, and that's where the difficult bit is. How do we break away and how we do we redefine our economy? 5 decades has not helped us. If we do not do anything about it, it is going to get worse. That's all. And listen, we think Ghana is peaceful, we think Togo is peaceful. Almost all the countries where resources are, you're going to see this thing happening. If economic paradigm, and it has to take the regional bloc to be able to redefine it. Listen, 50 years it hasn't helped us. They have to go back to the ideals of Nkrumah, Haile Selassie, and other things. Okay, do you know Uganda today? Is it Uganda? Museveni? Yeah,
Museveni, Uganda.
Yeah, Uganda. Do you know that there are certain resources as a company you can't own them, a foreign company?
Oh, okay, which is good.
Are you getting me?
Yeah.
When you want to invest, they tell you where to invest, and they even tell you the percentage. We created laws, 10%, what they call local content input and other kind of nonsense. The idea might be right, but we've not implemented it properly. Because even that local people, individuals front for foreign companies. We front for foreign companies. Are you getting me? We need to change the economic paradigm that we listen. I've got to a point where sometimes I wish that we can have military coups across Africa. No.
And then we talk about
I call it staged military coups. So that we nationalize all the assets. Listen, let them buy us for credit and other things. Let's nationalize everything and then restart all over. If not, they're going to. I mean, look at Monsanto.
Yeah.
The bill Monsanto was going to sign with Ghana.
Yeah.
Are you getting me?
Yeah.
If they have gone ahead and for now it's still on the table, we don't know if If they sign that, all you've done, you've actually, mortgaged the whole agricultural sector to Monsanto, knowing that Monsanto has been DDT present to India, and the examples are there for you to see. But meanwhile, our people are still interested in signing that agreement. Look at the EPA agreement, right?
Yeah.
For the generation cocoa industry, we know we have not benefited. The Anglo gold, the gold industry, we have not benefited. But EPA still comes, and our people are embracing that because they will give them 450 million that they are going to retrain people. How many training programs have our people not been on? Which other training program can be more beneficial than the kind of education which are called halfway useless education that we are giving? To be honest, to be honest with you, because if you're going to retrain people to the, okay, then let's look back. How many years haven't we retrained people? What have we benefited from it? You're telling me that we should allow EU to be dumping Israel, telling that they will invest, they will bring product. I mean, nonsense. It doesn't work. Actually, in my view, it doesn't work. You can only compete when you can support your local industry. You get, so if we do not change the economic paradigm that we are currently going on, Baumia will go to China, take so many billions, and thinking that you are, by mortgaging our natural resources to China, the environmental concern, who actually, we're going to see walls, we're going to see mosques. And honestly, we nearly saw it when Nakufado was campaigning. Didn't they use a Western region to say that they've got oil, they're going to appoint an oil minister over there? Okay, then why don't people in the Volta region also say, okay, the basis of the first energy, the Volta Lake, right? Where they are land, so then VRA boss, whoever will be in charge of VRA must be from Volta region. Why don't Ghana say, okay, fine, we provided land for the capital, and therefore whoever will be the regional minister must be a guy, and whoever the seat of the president, we must be, because you get me? Okay, then the Northerners will say, okay, fine, you know what? We provide cattle and other things, so agriculture minister must come from there. Then we go to Ashanti, the brown apple, the part of the cocoa. No more cocoa. You know, we grow cocoa, so the cocoa board and you get me? All kind of nonsense. But politicians will capitalize on it because they know it will bring them political advantage. Actually, we are sown a seed, and you see, the nation state project that our people who fought for those liberation started. It's not complete. We are even going back on it. You know. Okay,
let's have Kwame there. So let's go to Kwame. Kwame.
Yeah, Brad, I think the bottom line is to increase wealth. See, to find a way, like Frank is saying, shift the economic paradigm, create more wealth, and then people will live comfortable. Because all that we are talking about Africa, it happens here when the Scottish election were going on. When they were talking about the North and all these things.
The North Sea.
So these things are there, but when you create wealth and people are living reasonably well, these things also it minimizes a bit.
Go on.
It happens everywhere about people coming out with all these kind of problems, and we create this, we do this, and that. But if at the end of the day, everybody have good schools, they have good roads, good days, and they are living comfortably well, it's all good. It minimizes the lifestyle, and everybody moves on peacefully.
Okay. One of my cousins will have a saying. He says, chop na stranger na hehe. Chop na live na stranger na moo. That means that if you have a stranger and you have food and you share it equally.
What we're saying about Libya.
Look, Titi, I'll come to you in a minute. Just a minute. Come go on.
We always have this thing that we say that, look, the principles that lead you to the top, when you violate it, you fall. When Gaddafi was there and he was doing things okay and he was moving okay, the enemies were not supposed to penetrate. But when he had his sons going to Italy, buying football clubs, doing this, sharing money, people were able to penetrate. They don't see those things.
They will say you
enemy within.
The principle that even took you to the top. So that's what that's the reason why you overthrew procedures. And then you see yourselves doing the same thing. You see, being flamboyant and doing all sorts of things with the country's money, which is people's money.
Wow.
See, let's face the fact.
Wow.
At the end of the day, they top up plane and then plane crash, and you donated so much money for those things. The money that can kill malaria in the whole of Africa. Look, when you violate the principles that takes you to the top, you fall. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kwame. Thank you very much, Kwame. Titi, you can still call us back. Yeah, Titi, you can still call us back. We got 16 minutes to the top of the hour.
Actually, let me just read something that is coming from this Nigerian connection in connection with the Nigerian issue, and we shouldn't take this lightly. The former aviation minister, Femi Kayode, is reported to have just made a statement, and it sums up how passionate people are about what they're doing. And say, you see young Igbo men and women standing in front of military armored tanks. You call it stupidity? No, that's not stupidity. That's how much they hate to be called Nigerians in life. One Nigeria by one armored tanks is slavery. So it tells you the passion. If people can stand there, kill us.
Yeah, that is the worst you can do.
That's the worst you can do. It just tells you that it's gotten to a point of no return. And I do believe that calling those people or declaring that area a terrorist area will not be the solution to the crisis we do have in that part of the. And again, West Africans should not think that the West African leaders should not think that a Nigerian problem is.
For the Nigerians to
if you look at the majority of the people, the Fulanis, do not forget that the Fulani, we can have some in Burkina Faso and all those. So at the end of the day, the regional blocks are gonna wake up and find a lasting solution to this issue.
Well, listeners, this is Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. It's now 1:45. The program finishes exactly in the next 15 minutes. So if you want to call in, call us on 0208-133-2257 or 0208-133-2258. If you're in US or Canada, it's 001-718-303-2737. 001-718-303-2737. Text or WhatsApp is 0753966174. 0753966174. Or you can tweet us at Star Radio UK. Our email address is info@starradiouk.com. This program is being sponsored by Lamb and Mirabel Solicitors. If you want a representation when it comes to any legal issue, from family to immigration to serious crime, name it, they are there to represent you. Lamb and Mirabel's, the mantra is we get results. Get in touch with them by calling them on 0208 253 0099 0208 253 0099. They are located at 96 Park Lane, Croydon. Postcode is CR01JB. And the other sponsors are RVE Royal Valley Estate. If you're looking for litigation free house of free property when it comes to Ghana, look no further. RVE is a place to be. They are offering detached and semi-detached properties at affordable prices at Bumbawaleshi in a gated community. So make sure you get in touch with them and they will help you acquire your own property when it comes to Ghana. But it is the morning show. We just got only 13 minutes to run up the program. Okay, let me say good afternoon to Doreen Carter. Doreen Carter, I hope you are doing very, very well. Now, Venezuela had a problem. I wouldn't say they had a problem. They had their leader. What is his name? The one who died. The Venezuelan leader. Chavez, who came and then turned everything around for them. So virtually what was happening was that the Venezuelans were enjoying it. Okay, we have Libya where we have Gaddafi coming in. I don't know. Yeah, by that time they were still, when the king was there, they were having some oil a bit. But Gaddafi came in and took over, nationalized it, and the whole of the nation benefited. Now we have Nigeria, where we have some individuals. We have Ghana, where we have some ministers and some people, siphoning state funds into their pockets. Yeah. Okay. I ask myself, now, don't they have a regional or a state governor in the Igbo land? Okay. Don't they have a state governor who is supposed to represent their concerns? Don't they have what they call the MPs, the members of parliament, who are supposed to represent the people on the ground, telling government that, look, this is what is going on there, come address it. If not, we'll have a problem. So what are we saying? You can
actually, that is a very, very good question. Even to add to that question, the question we should even add to that is, for those or for the little resources that get to those areas, the leaders and their community leaders, the MPs, the governors of those community, what do they do with those ones?
That's it. That's it.
I think we got a caller.
Yeah, we have Titi. Titi, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Ati. How are you?
Yeah, we're doing very well. You?
By His grace.
Long time no here.
Yeah, I was doing some exams, so I was quite.
Oh, okay, good. We hope that you came out with flying colors.
Oh, yes, of course, I did.
Thank God for that. Thank God for that. Yeah, I did. Okay, yes, what do you want to say this afternoon?
Yeah, I was actually enjoying the discussion, but sometimes it's not everything that we have to repeat, kind of like politicians make promises, and not every promise that are always fulfilled when they get to power. I heard that Frank was saying another promise the Western region, those where we have
during the campaign that they were going to
yeah, but this is not the first time that promise went to Western region, because I remember I remember Professor Mills promised them 10% of the oil money, and it never materialized. So promises are some things can be fulfilled. If we promise to give a minister, I don't think if any other part of the country agitate for a minister, because the constitution requires that every region should be represented in the government in terms of appointment. So that cannot be a problem, even if that was the case. But what we are discussing here is very important, that there's kind of segregation when it comes to the distribution of national resources. And it is a problem in Africa, I know, for example, Frank made a very good example of the promise that was made to Volta region, where their roads were not
the Eastern Corridor,
cared for. It's a problem. I believe when we come to power, we should honor promises, and those that gave us the mandate should also see some changes in their lives. And I think Ghana we have always done good in our, even not perfect, but we are trying to kind of do something in our democracy, because you see that, for example, President Mahama tried to build schools all over the country, to kind of help every community to have a secondary school, and now the new government is also trying to divide the national resources to help every child within the country also to benefit from free SHS. So this is something that other African countries can emulate.
Okay.
You understand? Because the whole country will benefit. No one will say, my child was not given the opportunity if they did actually pass and had a placement.
But Titi, let me ask you a question. What do you think of promises that go to incite a tribe? For instance, if you're going to make a promise and you're going to use, right, let's say the promises, the promise Nana Akufo-Addo made, you have the oil, our point, and oil minister from your area, you have Professor Mills, you have oil, I'll give you 10%, you'll be giving 10% of that. It goes to embodying people within that community and give them a sense of entitlement that we have this, and therefore
we
this
have to benefit more this way.
Now, if every other,
I understand, and like I said, it's something that we have to be careful, of, because if you give a promise that you cannot honor, then that promise become, it's kind of like you are not a man of your word. But to incite is another issue, because I remember there was some agitation by some chiefs in the Western region.
Right.
The promise that the 10% has never, come. So what are you going to do? But giving a minister, I don't think it's a bigger deal that we cannot fulfill, But if it had not been fulfilled, then I would be disappointed. You understand what I'm saying? Because of course, there will be ministers from all parts of the region. So that's not a problem for me, as to incite.
Yeah, I know it's not a problem, but how do you take it that you promise an oil minister because they have oil, you give them an oil minister? Then another person also say that we also have rivers who make variables. Another person says, you see, that sense of segregation. It leads to excitement.
I get the point you are making, and I said it's okay, that you raise that, but it's not something that we should dwell on. For example, if he says I'll give you a minister, and then he end up giving, and then Ashanti region said we have cocoa board,
we want the cocoa board relocated.
Those should be like kind of like vicious cycle that will have to. Every part of the country have to bring their own issue, and I understand. But I'm saying, at the end of the day, what we have done in our country, we have managed to unite ourselves, regardless of our shortcomings. Okay, we've not had a problem like civil, agitation, like war, like it's propelling in Nigeria as we have today.
So, do you think that there's a fair distribution of the national wealth?
Oh, we have done well as a country, not 100% because of the contract that sometimes inflated and some corruption. We understand, but we still managed to put ourselves together as a unit, as a country. And we should encourage that on our radio. We encourage all Ghanaians to send money home, build projects, do things to help your country. And then we also encourage the government that what they are doing, we are looking, we correct them, we criticize them, then we help build the country. I think what I heard one Nigerian guy was saying sometimes, when they had oil, they thought everything is,
the panacea to their own every problem.
Exactly. So everybody went to oil and gas,
neglecting the other sector like peanut, because Nigeria used to be one of the peanut hubs.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and so that's kind of shrink their prospect in the economic prospect, because and we have been warned, even Ghanaians, that we should not focus on that oil syndrome thing that happens. So
diversity is better.
It's a lesson to us as a country. It's a big lesson that we should not go that way, and we should try as much as possible to unite our country wherever we are. So I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Titi. Titi, before you go, Malik says that Titi is still a member of the MPP, but he was missing in action. That he said he is what. He has gone quiet since they won the election. But he said he was writing, he was studying.
He's actually on he's probably on the board of diaspora and appointees.
You see. Okay, we still have our Kwame. Kwame was come on. So let's go to Kwame. Kwame.
Yes. I think in Ghana the cake is not that huge. That's why he hasn't.
Okay.
But the little that is how they distributed it.
Because the size of the cake, that's where people put their lives on it. Because when you have just 10 shillings and somebody will steal it and stuff like that, you might think of dying for that 10 shilling or giving it up. But if you have more than that, then people, that's why areas where the wealth is huge, there's always this fight. We know what happened in Iraq, we know what happened in Libya, we know what happened in Nigeria and other places, because the price is very huge.
But Kwame, I do not agree with you on that the cake is not huge. I think what we do have in Ghana is we have unity in diversity. And that unity in diversity from the point where the political elites, irrespective of where they come from, are united in depriving the downtrodden. So if there's going to be a problem in Ghana at all, you will not see it being segregated like on regional and this thing. It will be the system against the political elites. So you have Ashanti, Ewe, Central region, or all those political elites coming together to steal from the private. So that is what. So you have unity in diversity at the top, unity in diversity within a political class, and then you have unity in diversity in the private community. So that is why you're going to see. So any uprising that will come or might happen in Ghana will be from within the social, for which, irrespective of whether you are an Ashanti, you are this, you are a political elite, it will be the system against the elites.
The common denominator is that we are all suffering.
We are suffering.
We need our pound of flesh.
You know what you are saying? This is where we have to take the chances and build upon it and make those kind of undercurrents go away. But for me, as somebody who follow politics, and recently some of the utterances about appointees and stuff like that, and things people say, you see, I'm worried. You see, because the undercurrent is there, it doesn't come up yet. But the thing is, you have to use the situation as you identify with, we all know, to build on it and make it like that forever.
I agree.
You see, and me, as I sit here now, sometimes I ask myself if the presidential system is even worth, is even good for Africa. You see, the presidential system where it makes one person, the solo head, go around and try to do and cite and in desperation say all sort of things. Sometimes might not augur well. But when you have the parliamentary system where people are only campaigning on the small place, which normally is like a community, and he wins there, and the number of wins that you get, you brings out the leader. Sometimes that might be the way forward. Because these are the bane of contention. Because sometimes people in their enthusiasm, in their zeal, or trying to appeal to people, they say all sort of things. You see, promise all sort of things, and we see what is happening. You see, look, I just read something. They said Donald Trump was saying sometimes this thing can be just people try. They said 110 ministers is a sign of laziness.
Donald Trump hasn't got time for Ghana.
Yes, why are we having this? You see, people might question it and say, look, this is the way to siphon money, this is the way to waste money. So sometimes you ask yourself whether the presidential system is really good for Africa. And this is where we see, because like I said, some countries, the cake is not that big, so it's not worth dying for. It's not worth fighting for. But when the cake is as huge as what we are saying, one person in Nigeria will spend like billions and billions of dollars.
Then you have that.
You might have to stand up and fight.
Okay, Kwame, I want to say thank you very much. Okay, listeners, we want to be saying thank you very much for all the calls that have come in, to every one of you who tried to call us, those who couldn't get through. I want to say thank you very much. But Frank, before we go,
actually, before we go, finally, I just want to say that whatever happens, let's just try and live as a united community. Because what is happening, Edem, hold on, we are on air, and Edem all the way in Ghana has just joined us live on air. Actually, the issue in Nigeria, I think, is a troubling one, and would like to see the whole of African, especially the West African states, taking a commanding lead in actually bringing peace to that country. And politicians, please, not that people are not watching, because actually, you vote for a politician within a community, the person was from your village, you know the person, overnight the person become a billionaire. Are you getting me? While the rest continue to suffer. When you continue to have, I keep on saying that it's just a matter of time when we're going to have a social revolution, and this is going to be borderless. Because like what is happening in Ghana, the political elites are united in stealing, and then the downtrodden are also united in suffering. When that happens, it's going to extend where African continent, the political elites, if they go to AU and other, they just go to teach themselves the tactics of how to conceal and where to steal money to and where to hide it. That's what they do. Are you getting me? So the whole of Africa, there's a few of them that are now beginning to stand out. Was it Somalia or someone, one of this country that within the last week, a minister of health actually pretended to be a patient and went to one of the hospitals and then saw how poorly
the services that they are rendering,
which I commend. I commend. Kanana Akufo-Addo travel somewhere in a disguise, go to the extension service, see what agriculture minister when they said the army worms were gone and the farmers say Kanana Akufo-Addo have gone without a 50 convoy or a 30 convoy following him, so that people don't know, people know that the president is coming. Are you getting me? But if Nana Akufo-Addo was traveling with 3 convoy, now today he traveled with 50 or 60 convoy. Why do you expect me, the villager, the voter, to know when I go to hospital? I cannot. Some schools, what do you call it? That people were posted to. They when the contractors were still at work. Are you getting me?
Wow.
The day schools that the contractors were still at work. Who didn't do their job properly over there within that district? It's not about Nana Akufo-Addo. No. It's not about the education minister. It's about someone on the ground at the district level who did not see to it that this contract was supposed to finish at this time. It did not finish, and if it did not finish, we don't have to allocate students into that. Are you getting me? So Archie, would like to say good afternoon to all our listeners, and we thank them for their continued support. I salute Ali, Tete, Malik, and on all of you, all of you who have been following us today. This is Star Radio, and we thank you very much.
Okay, I see Kofi coming, but Kofi, our time is up. I can't pick you. If I pick you, I know that you will not be 1 minute. But let me see. Okay.
Let Kofi end the show for us.
Kofi, you are just going to talk for 1 minute because we are moving. We finished the program.
Countdown start.
Yes,
1.
Your countdown start. Go. Hello, Kofi. Yes, a quick one. Just a minute.
Yes, I want to just correct a small.
Kofi, unfortunately, your line 2 is not working.
Yeah, I'm talking about a slight distortion of communication or information.
Okay, a quick one, just a minute, because I need to move to the next program, please. Yes, go on.
Talk about unity in diversity. You are not talking about unity of tribal groups.
No, that's not what he said. He was talking about unity in diversity.
The conclusion and the impression given is in that form. When we say representation, equal representation, we mean locational, geographical location, regardless of your religion or your tribe.
Kofi did not.
What it means.
Kofi, you did not hear me. What I said.
Thing. You didn't listen to the whole thing.
I said the segregation that we've had across Africa continent, you can trace it basically to tribe. You can talk to the Hutus, you can talk to the Tutsis, you can talk of what is happening against the Biafra entity. Listen, the trumpet being blown over there is the Southerners or the Igbos against the Northern, the Fulanis against the. That's where you see, okay? So I'm saying that if that is the case, which is the tribal line that people seem to, trumpet. If you look at even, Libya, it had a tribal undertone.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that what we do have in Ghana is a beautiful example of unity in diversity, where politicians across board are united in depriving the majority.
Yeah, I am saying that, and I am saying that our people must not see themselves in the tribal class. Poverty is the same for everyone. So we shouldn't see ourselves in our tribal or religious colors. Our poverty is what we are fighting to win. Wherever you are.
Kofi, your line. Okay.
By his tribal association is from Volta. What do you think he will do for the Accra when it comes to the development of government responsibility?
Yes.
And therefore, we should discourage that don't exist. It is the past. Let's look at the future of Black people united.
All right.
Our division should not be those things, based on those things. Those things are the past wars we fought. Now we are one. We are all Ghanaians. We are not Ashantis or Ga or Airways anymore. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kofi. That was a very brief one from Kofi. Okay, then, listeners, we want to say thank you very much. But you know what? After this program, I'm bringing you Magnification of Africa. Because we want to see what Professor Lumumba talks about it. And it's pertaining to where the leaders can go to communities and without even the person knowing. And if somebody is not doing the right thing, you fire the person. Because you are there to represent our interests. On that note, we want to say thank you very much, but don't go away. Exactly at 3 o'clock, we will be bringing you Insight with Ross. There'll be a repetition of last week's
today
program.
The question on board is about toilet. What do you think of gender-neutral toilets? Will you go to toilets in public places, not in your home? Because in your home, we know we have gender-neutral.
Yeah.
But in public places, will you go to toilets that you can meet a woman, you can meet a man, gender neutral, a man peeing, a woman peeing, the same dog. So gender neutral toilets exactly at 3 o'clock.
Yes.
What is your take on gender neutral toilets? See you at 3.
Okay then, thank you very much, and God richly bless you. Same time tomorrow, we'll be coming your way with another edition of the morning show. That'll be the Wednesday edition, so make sure you join us once again. But this evening, we'll be bringing you the Starr
exactly at 6:30. We're going to have the Starr personality with a rally, and at 8 o'clock we'll bring you the big questions with Lola.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bye bye for now.
Wow. Oh yeah, Samu.
DJ
Mirazi.
Wow, bodam.
No shame.
Yay.
Ja. Oh, better pa.
What?
Irada Simbiaba.
Castro. D Black.
Mirazi. So bim. Afide. Yeah, that's Obiaba. That's Obiaba.
Everybody, let's go.
Menamna metete. 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 Menamna metete. Metete. Anda seho. Menamna metete. 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 Menamna metete. Metete. Seho. Ubeti. Seho. Ubeti. Seho. Ubeti. Seho. I feel the men flippy, men twisty, men whiny, and I say men cracky. Akaida suntina, what's your trick? And I say men dina, men sagala. Seho.
The thing
Manda. Seho.
What?
Seho. Me brass. Seho. Ubeti. Seho. Anda. Seho. Ubeti. Anda. Seho. Triples in the big. From water they see, it be like you make door. Share the black see, we no say you be take door. Never mind, shouting on cage. Why there little see? So why you for shift? Small.